10 inches down, 10 inches down with a solid sound. Mule shoe, you're so sweet. I'm gonna take you home with me. I dug it up for my baby, but he doesn't want it, no. He says go wash your hands. Look what I found underground for my baby, but he doesn't want it, no. 'Cause I dug it up out in a field with my ears peeled. All alone, I got a good tone. Silver dollar, you're so sweet. I'm gonna take you home with me. I dug it up for my baby, but he doesn't want it, no. He says go wash your hands. Look what I found underground for my baby, but he doesn't want it, no. 'Cause I dug it up. Under the sand, found a gold band. Big diamond ring, just the thing for my baby's hand. Gold ring, I say to myself, I'm gonna save you for someone else. I dug it up for my baby, but he ain't gonna get it, no. I'm gonna go wash my hands. Look what I found underground for my baby, but he don't deserve it, no. 'Cause I dug it
Hey guys, just getting started here.
I dug it up.
Boom. How's everybody doing tonight? Took me a minute to get everything together. Just got off work a little while ago. Fed the family and am chilling. Can't believe it's Monday night already. Who we got in the house today? We've got Scott McClory is here. Good to see you. I have got Starika's in the house. And Chew. Good to see you, Chew. Got, let's see here, Bud Files is in the house, and Bud Files, one of these days, we're practically neighbors. One of these days, we're going to get together. I'll either come out your way or you come out this way and we'll go hunting. I think that would be really fun. Audio's good. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate that. Talca Detector, buenas noches. Good to see you. Talca Detector is in Chile, so definitely check him out if you would like to see some detecting around the world. I've got Gregory Refke's in the house. Good to see you. You're new to the channel, so let me just make sure that you have a Blue Ranch, because we're doing Share the Love tonight. Share the Love means that we are looking to let everybody interact with one another. And when we do that, we do want to let you guys have Blue Wrenches so you can check out each other's channels. Dirty Boots is in the house. Good to see you. I'm curious, did you go to Dickstock this year, and what did you think of it? And let's see here. Gregory Refke, let's go ahead and get you a Blue Wrench. There we go. And as we're just getting started, we give people time to get in, but I am going to start. Let's get a link over here. I'll do a couple of things. I'm going to do Share the Love tonight, so we're going to start a randomizer for that and share some channels. And I hope all are well. Yes, Dirty Boots. Things are going well right now. We are back for just a week before I turn around and go to the Detecting the Heartland in Illinois this year. So I'm getting caught up with work, and we are basically trying to get everything schedule-wise set up so that I can take a week off and go play again. I actually talked to my boss today and was like, well, there's really not enough work here to keep me so terribly busy, but I'm okay with that because I would rather go detecting. BC Treasure Trails is in the house and he's sharing the love. Thank you. Appreciate that. And let's see what else we've got here. I'm just checking to see who else in the house and what we're doing. We are going to start a Share the Love deal, so let's get that rolling. And it's hard to get back in the swing of things. You take a little vacation to Texas and getting back into the swing of doing daily work and doing weekly live streams. It's a little challenge, but I am hoping to do next Monday before I leave on the next trip, hoping to do a trivia live stream. So that'll be fun. Let's see here. Let's get the giveaway tool going here. And as you know, we're also going to be doing a duck race tonight for everybody that gets pulled for Share the Love. It's a hot seat drawing, so we will share channels as well. Hey, Marty V is in the house. I had a great conversation today with Marty. We are, he's going to be my +1 for the Detecting the Heartland thing. And I'm really looking forward to this. He lined up a permission and everything for us to go check out the day before. And on our way, we're actually going to be meandering across from South Dakota through Iowa. And I'm going to take 2 days to get there. Actually, wait a minute. I'm leaving Tuesday. And then Tuesday night, I'll be in Sioux Falls. Wednesday night, I will be in Kensett, Iowa. And then Thursday night, I'll be out in Illinois visiting with Marty and his wife. And then Friday and Saturday are the hunting days, including Sunday morning, I think. And then I'll turn around and go back the other direction. So that's the plan. All right, we're going to get this rolling here. And we're doing hashtag Share the Love. Jean is here. Good to see you, Jean. I appreciate your coming and hanging out. I owe you a package. I need to get that in the mail. I did finally coordinate with Scott, so he knows what he's getting. I'll get that in the mail this week as well. Oh, no notification. That's no good. Well, at least you made it, though. That's always good. Yeah, I appreciate you being here. I actually had, yes, Marty, we are going to have a blast. I am so looking forward to it. And even though we're bringing the little car, we'll figure out a way for my son to tote along his Nerf gun and bullets and things. And hopefully he'll find some kids to play with along the way because that makes him happy. Old Bella's in the house. Good to see you. It's been a little while. I feel like I'm catching up with old friends today, and that's really neat. I'm going to share screen here, and we're going to pull up the giveaway tool as a window. There we go. And we got to bring this back over. I'm running 3 screens on my laptop, or my laptop's got a screen plus 2 on the side, but for some reason you can never see the full screen on the laptop because it's tiny. So there we go. And you can see this. We're going to put in Share the Love. Let's see who comes up and how many entries we've got. We've got 14 in the house. We've got 8 entries so far. So give people a minute to get in there. And oh, Jeannie says she was looking at Who's Live. Hey, appreciate your choosing to hang out with us tonight. We're having kind of a laid-back little month here as far as live streaming. I have not decided if I'm going to continue live streaming every Monday or if we're going to do something a little, break it up a little bit more and maybe do one weekend and one Monday a month, something like that, because it is summer, and in the summer we go detecting. And in fact, I got a Mercury Dime, my first one of the season, yesterday we went down to Pier, and I dragged my husband down thinking we were going to maybe go detecting. It's a little nicer down there, not as much rain. And so we went over to a park and we're sort of goofing off at the park. Didn't find anything super cool, except for I did get this little pendant that said drawn by Ed in Seattle, which was kind of cool. But other than that, nothing too clever. But then we were driving over to lunch, and we drove by a big sign. It was a sign that said multi-family lot for sale with a big phone number. And so I figured, what the heck, I'll give this person a call. So I call and I talked to this gal named Anna, and turns out she owned 2 of these lots for sale on the same street in a historic district. And she gave me permission to go check it out. I just had to send her a text confirming that she would not be liable if I fell down and broke my leg or anything. So I went ahead and I did that. We went hunting the first lot, and I picked up like 9 wheat pennies, including 2 1919, so older wheat pennies, and kind of hunted around there for a while. I found an old regulator from a propane tank, found 2 halves of a doorknob, just some, base stuff, and talked to the neighbor for a while, and that lot used to have a 4-plex on it. So it was zoned multifamily. The 4-plex was removed. The basement was filled in. It was filled in the middle with fill dirt. And the neighbor was real nice, kind of gave us a history. The house right next door was built in 1909. So definitely there was something there before the 4-plex. So hunted around there, and then we decided to go over to the second lot. Second lot looked like it had been scraped. And so my husband was like, oh, that's not going to be worth doing. But we figured we would check it out. And so at any rate, went hunting around there for a while, and I got a 1917 wheat penny. And then not a foot away, I got my first mark for the season. So that was exciting because I did pull a silver out for the day. And then I get to talking to the neighbor guy there, and he's getting ready to move out. So I asked if we could detect his yard too while we were there, and he gave me permission to do that as well. And you'll have to check the video when I get it posted, because I found a lot of stuff in his yard too, and didn't even do the whole thing. We only did like the front yard, a little bit of the side yard, and then it was getting late in the day and we went for ice cream. So that was our big metal detecting thing for the day, and it was a good weekend. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and draw first, share the love, and let's see who we get. Pull up a site and take a look. And of course, we're pulling 10 names, and we will, if you get your name drawn 5 times, you will get a free spin on the prize wheel. And everybody here will get entered into a race. And first will win a prize wheel spin. Last will get on the Greedy Loser wheel. So you guys, you're used to this. This is not anything super new, but it's a good way to hang out. And if anybody would like to come and hang out with me on screen, I will go ahead and put an invite up. And who knows, Edward might even pop in later to do a little calling. So, but there's the link for StreamYard. Anybody wants to come hang out today, and I will pin that there. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and pull the first name. And we've got, if you haven't put in Share the Love yet, please do. And we will see who comes up. Good luck. Because that goes by really, really fast. And the winner is Gregory Refke. And Gregory's new to our channel. I just gave him a mod ranch. So let's go check out his site real quick and see if he has content. So you have the choice. If you have content, we like to share and get people over to your channel as well. If you don't have content, you can also simply be in the race, because that's okay too. And we're going to take a quick look at his site, and it looks like he has 10 videos and 10 subscribers so far. Very cool. Let's get a link to this up here. And it says Gregory Refke, but it says the Chop Shop and whatnot. So that's very cool. Here's the link, and check it out, guys. I'm subscribing right now. and checking out what you got going on. You have this really cool playhouse. I'm looking at your video for a minute. You don't mind. So guys, if you get a chance, you got to check this out because, well, here, get this on screen. Look at that. That is actually really cool. So I'm going to also thumbs up it, and we're going to share it on my Twitter account, because that's one of the things that I do is I try to tweet out videos that look interesting, because I want people to also check it out. And this helps with the Google algorithm. Santa's Castle. Okay, cool. And here we go. And we went ahead and sent that out. And we will go ahead and this is a short that I shared in case you guys want to check it out directly. All right. And so that, let me go ahead and get this up here. And Gregory, I hope that you've had a chance to check out some of the other channels that are participating in our stream tonight. Feel free to pop over to them, pop back and forth into our chat, and then over check out channels. You can subscribe them and then check their videos later and get back to them. But it's a really great way to participate in the YouTube community. And I need to get a list together of my racers tonight. So let's do that real quick. And Gregory, do you prefer Gregory or Greg? I'm just curious. And go ahead and hide that out. Comments are turned off. That must be, you mean on the video. Okay, so that sounds like something, Greg, you could figure out, Gregory, and you could figure out how to turn the comments on so that people can comment on the videos. That does help with your algorithm as well. And thank you. I prefer Greg as well. I have one of my brothers is named Greg, and I never call him Gregory. I don't think they even call him that when he's in trouble. So at any rate, I liked your channel name. And I think that if if it occurs to you to do so, you may want to have that be what you show on your account, unless you have both a channel name and a personal account. But if not, you may want to make that your channel name, because when I went over there, the Chop Shop and Whatnot is actually kind of a really cool name. I like that. So if you're going to be doing more like videos and stuff and you want to build the channel, that's something to think about. Also, I'm curious, because you're in Wisconsin, are you coming to Detecting the Heartland? Because you're not too far, I think, from that, the goings on for that. I don't know if you have plans, but if you'd like to come up and tell us about it, or in chat, if you could let us know if you do metal detecting. And if you're coming to the gathering, because that is not this weekend, but next weekend, the 19th, 20th, 21st, something like that. So at any rate, that would be interesting to find out if you're going to be part of that. And it's your woodworking business. Well, that is very cool. And yeah, I noticed that you had some other shorts that had some kind of cool stuff on wood, and I thought that was really neat. The raised planter boxes are cool. Oh, you magnet fish. Well, very cool. Are you aware of the magnet fishing gathering they're having in Wisconsin Memorial Day weekend? It's going to be through Rusty Magnets, and Iron Antler will be co-hosting that, and it's a benefit spot for St. Jude's. So that's something that you can find out about. I think they have it on, I think they're going to have it on Facebook, if I remember correctly, or go to Rusty Magnets, Magnet Fishing Channel, or Iron Antler. And yes, Marty is right. It is in Beloit, Wisconsin. I thought it was in Fond du Lac originally, but I had that wrong. And okay, and Scott says, and there's no charge to attend. All you guys know, hey, Rusty Magnets, speak of the devil. I was just mentioning about the your event. Do you want to come talk about it? Because you're more than welcome to if you'd like to. I pinned a link at the top of the channel. And unfortunately, we will not be able to attend this year because we are going to be returning back home after the Detecting the Heartland, because I have to work for a couple of days and then we have Memorial Day weekend with the family. So we aren't going to be able to stay out there. But I seriously was going to make it into a 2-week trip. But after the last 2-week trip I just took, I actually have to do a little work too. Hey, Patty is in the house. Good to see you, Patty Disharoon. And guys, if you have not put in so already, put in hashtag share the love. And that allows me to share your channel and enters you into a race at the end for a whack on the prize wheel. So Gregory is the first contestant on the race, and I've shared his channel. So let's pull another name and see who comes up next. It's sort of just kind of a fun little thing we do sometimes on Mondays to help introduce new channels and get people looking at other people's channels and stuff. So very cool. And for those of you who missed it, check out Metal Detecting North Carolina's video he put out last Monday. He did a new song, and it actually has a clip from my stuff in there. So I thought that was actually pretty cool. I mean, you should check out his stuff. Mike Schleiss, congratulations. Mike is the next one up on our Share the Love. So let's go ahead and get you up there. Mike does really well when we do trivia. He's almost always on the podium because he rocks. And if you'd like to check out his channel, you can do so. Let me go ahead and get Mike's. Let me go here and get Mike's channel. I always just double check and see if there's, okay, so this does not have any content, but if you'd like to connect with Mike, here's his link. And yeah, Mike is actually, he's actually like, when we do trivia, there's a few people that I actually have to work to compete with. And Mike's one of those guys, as is Tomek is also usually up there. Scooter is always up there as well. So Mike is next up on Share the Love. And guys, if you have not put in the hashtag Share the Love, please do so, because we're pulling 10 names and getting a race together. And then if anybody would like to come up, Rusty Magnets, if you want to put a link to the magnet fishing event, if you have it on Facebook, you could put, I gave you a blue wrench, so you can put it in there if you would like to, for people to learn more about it. And hopefully I'll be able to come another time, because I really am. It's the Trash for Cash event. That's funny. All right, so let's go ahead and let's see. I got Mike in here. We're going to go ahead and draw again. Make sure you've put in hashtag Share the Love, and we will go ahead and get this going. And then aside from that, let me think here. I did send Patty Disharoon a, congratulations. Marty V is next on. And Marty's going to be my host next. We're not this weekend, weekend after next for Detecting the Heartland. So we're looking forward to hanging out and hunting together. And I'll drop a link to his channel in a minute. But anyway, Patty Disharoon saved my butt when I was out in Texas. My headphones for my Noctimacker Legend failed. And she gave me her headphones, and I traded her and got her a coil, which it's a good thing I went and traded you, because I'm still waiting on my replacement coil. That hasn't come yet. But interesting thing, I reported the headphones were malfunctioning, and the Noctimacker service, their stuff is amazing. They just requested my serial number, and 2 days later I had a new set of headphones in my hand. And if I'd known they were going to be that quick and I didn't have to mail them back, I probably could have put that note in on the road, and they would have had headphones sitting there at Hattie's house for me when I got there. They were that fast, and that was amazing. Hey, listen, we've got a special guest. Check this out. We're going to go ahead and bring up Rusty Magnets.
Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I am good, and yourself?
I am hanging out, getting the stuff done, doing the things. I'm going to go ahead and change the view for a second. There, that's a little better. So, talk to me. Tell me about this event so that everybody has this, it has all of the information together on
All
there.
right. So I did post the link for the Facebook event. We have, honestly, I want to say probably about 200 people going to this event,
Oh, wow.
and there's people from Canada. There's people from, all over the United States, and we're working on some very big, just surprise guests as well. We've been working with Jen has been making stuff for we call them waffles, like door prizes and stuff like that, which is gonna be pretty cool. We have
What's a waffle?
we nicknamed it a waffle. It's a raffle basically.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we do have terror towels that we're going to be having for the event and stuff like that do say trash for cash and stuff like that. There's only a limited amount of those that are going to be at the event. We have baskets. We have buckets donated from my work. We have door prizes from my work as well. I work at Napa, so we have like these awesome car care buckets and stuff, car wash, detailing spray.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All different stuff like that. But it's going to be May 27th, May 28th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's going to be held at Riverside Park in Beloit, Wisconsin.
So this is Memorial Day weekend, though, right?
Correct.
Right, but you're not running into Monday. It's just you're going to just do it the 2 days?
Correct. And then we're going to be spending some time with some of our guests as well that are staying up here. We have Ben from Kratos that's going to be coming to the event. We have Iron Antler, Mad Mag 1. We have just a bunch of people. We have Berkel Cerakoting, just all different types of people coming from different areas. We have scuba divers. I'll be actually in the water. Depending on how the water is there, I'll be actually in the water diving, magnet fishing, and metal detecting most likely. So I'm going to be busy running around doing everything.
So how is that going to work with the magnet fishing or for the metal detecting part of it? Is it just open space metal detecting, or are you going to do seated hunts?
No, it's just going to be, so the area of Riverside Park has a lot of historic value to it.
Uh-huh.
It's not going to be a seated event or anything like that. There's no charge for coming to the event. It's just all we ask is to come and have fun.
Oh, how
So
neat.
Yeah.
Well, see, I actually wanted to bring my son out because he wants to learn how to magnet fish. He's 13, and I
Okay.
thought it'd be a terrific way to do it. The problem is that I was finishing up the hunt, detecting the heartlands the weekend before, and then I had like 5 days in between, and it was either drive back to South Dakota, spend a day, drive all the way back out, or just wander around at random for 5 whole days. And it turned out that my husband couldn't make it, so we decided we were going to go camping Memorial Day weekend instead. But next year, if you guys do this again, we're going to maybe try to plan it, because I would love to come out and have my son actually learn magnet fishing from people who know how to do it instead of me just winging it, right?
Yeah, that's the opportunity too that we're going to have there. We're going to have also multiple people that we have extra magnet kits as well that we're going to be, if somebody wants to come out, because we figure too, with it being Memorial Day weekend, people are going to be there at the park and enjoying themselves. So it's going to be an opportunity for people to ask questions and have fun and learn about magnet fishing, metal detecting, and, whether it's scuba diving or whatever it may be. But I just saw a comment on here from Scott that said the Rock River in Beloit is just jet black, which I had a feeling that it was. And the area that we're going to be going to is going to probably, we have to do a little bit more research on it just because of where the dam and stuff is. So we're going to have to do a little bit more research on it. But
so what does that mean when somebody says it's jet black? You mean it's just you can't see it through it at all?
Yeah, it's just the water is so dark you can't really you can't see your hand in front of your face.
Oh, okay.
So
So, what kind of things would you be looking to retrieve when you go magnet fishing around there? Because I know that you guys are turning in scrap for for the purposes of raising funds. Hey, Edward, the trash talker's here. Good to see you. But what is like when you go magnet fishing for fun? What is it you're most hoping to find?
So honestly, with Jen and I, with our channel, we love finding the history portion of magnet fishing.
Okay.
So whether it's we found stuff that's related to the Civil War, Civil War cult trips. We found horseshoes. We found old railroad lamps. We find just tons of stuff.
Mhm.
Obviously, we run across the things that are probably shouldn't be in the water, such as guns, explosives. We've run into safes and stuff like that. We've had 72 guns last year, 15
What?
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
72 guns, 15 explosives, ranging from a grenade all the way up to artillery shells.
Okay, wait a minute. So you pull up a grenade with your magnet.
hmm
Could it still explode?
There is a possibility of it happening, yes. So the thing that we always recommend doing, we kind of had a live, I think it was last year, kind of on explosive, like what you do in a situation like that. Obviously, if you don't feel comfortable taking it off your magnet, you can just, set it down, walk away, call the authorities and stuff like that. But
Leave the magnet there forever? Just
no. It would be, obviously the bomb squad would come out and take the explosive off your magnet. Like what we always say is you roll. So like if you have your magnet, you would roll it off there. Like with my grenade that I found, which was still live, I rolled it off there and directly set it into a pail, like a bucket of water. So as soon as you find something that could potentially be explosive, you want to get it into a bucket of water, because what you don't want is the explosive to dry out, because that becomes unstable.
Okay. So what did you do with the grenade after you got it into a bucket of water?
Put it into the bucket of water, called our local police department. Officer came out and ended up talking with us about it. We pulled it out the water for him. He took pictures of it, sent it to the bomb squad. The bomb squad came out. Ended up being the Air Force EOD team, which would have been the Air National Guard of Wisconsin, came out for the explosive device, just because it was military and stuff like that.
So if it had exploded, how big of a hole would it have made in your backyard?
It's hard to say, because what the bomb squad tech said to us was, if you can see a grenade, it can see you. So the shrapnel, if you can see the grenade, physically see the grenade, the shrapnel from it can see you.
Okay.
So what they ended up having us do is stand behind our vehicle, and we were still able to film and record and stuff like that. But they wanted us to be behind the vehicle, potentially, if it did go off. They went up there with their whole gear, picked up so where they had like a bag, and they put it in, but it was basically like a sandbag. Like almost like a duffel bag, and they put it in there, and then they put it in the back of the vehicle.
So did they end up detonating it, or
yeah, they ended up
neutralizing it?
Yeah, they detonated it. They took it across town. So they had the police escort. The officer that was out there with us was extremely nice. He ended up fishing with us for about 4 hours while we waited for the bomb squad to get there. But once they got there and they got everything loaded up, the officer escorted them out to a place that we have here in Fond du Lac, which is called Supley's Marsh, which is out in the country. They took it out there on the back road, and they ended up detonating it out there.
Okay, so, and you said you also found 70 some odd guns last year? Do you have to call the police every time you find a gun?
We do. Some people keep them, some people don't. But with the amount of guns that we have found and the types of guns that we have found, we've turned them in. We've been able to help.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What's the coolest gun you ever found?
1859 C-Sharp pepper box, 22.
Oh, wow.
So it's a 4-barrel pistol. My wife found an AR-15 that ended up being linked to a double homicide.
Oh, geez.
So 4 of the guns that we have found have been linked to homicides, and a couple of the ones that we have found have been stolen. But
now, if you turn them into the police, do they give them back if they're not linked to a homicide, or?
We can get them back after. So what it is they end up having us wait like 60 to 90 days, and we can petition to have it back as long as it's not worth a certain amount of value and stuff like that. But we choose not to because we don't. Jen has her stuff that she's able to, she carries and stuff like that. So we don't want extra stuff around the house. We already keep a lot of the stuff that we do find, and we clean up. We have a nice like a curio cabinet that has stuff. Like I have a bayonet behind me actually over on my shelf that we found. We have old padlocks, horseshoes. We have all different stuff, old street signs, old gas station signs that we found.
Well, that old historic pistol, I would think that would be cool to come and put it in a case somewhere, right?
It is. It's up in our curio cabinet. That one, because of how old it is.
Okay.
And the fact that it doesn't have a serial number on it. It does. We were able to keep it. The officers were like, yeah, it doesn't have a serial number. This gun's old. It's never going to fire again. So we were able to have it. But it's kind of cool to be able to have a piece of history because it's like the old working girl guns. And when it came out the water, it looked like a rock. It's only maybe that big because it fits. It's that big in my hand.
Can you grab it? You want to show it to us? Or is it too much of a pain in the butt to get it?
It's kind of in the pan box. So it's in a clear case. It's like a shadow box. It's in a shadow box. But some of the stuff though, like where's it? This is that bayonet.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And it does have the actual.
Would that be Civil War?
This would be like World War II.
Okay.
So it does have a marking on there that says WD, which was Weapons Department. Okay. So this is an actual bayonet, which is a Springfield Enfield bayonet. But.
Well, I didn't mean to put you on the spot or anything. I just love it when people do show and tell.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I hear you. I got something really cool that's really big. It's from an old steam engine.
Sure, let's see it. Holy cow. And you got that magnet fishing?
Yeah.
That had to be heavy.
Yeah, I think it was about 30 pounds when I put it on the scale.
Now, do you ever use electrolysis to clean any of the rusty things off, or you just leave them in their natural state?
So some of the stuff we'll leave in our natural state, but Jen does a really good job. She uses like a little pick and like a toothbrush and like different types of cleaning stuff that's not real abrasive to it that'll make the metal fall apart. Some of the old padlocks that we found, she's cleaned up and stuff like that. That turned out really good. And the old skeleton keys. Different horseshoes, different things that we've found magnet fishing. But
well, that is so cool. So how did you get into magnet fishing in the first place? And have you always done it with your wife?
Yeah, we've always done it together. We were actually out to dinner about almost 4 years ago now, and we saw it on the news and we wanted to try it, so we started Googling it and seeing what it was. We came across the Northerns, which is a UK magnet fishing channel, and we came across the Fisher. And we ended up reaching out to the Fisher through social media. We fished with him. Our very first time out magnet fishing, we pulled up a huge safe, like massive. But
what was in it?
Nothing.
No.
Absolutely nothing. But the fact that it was still... we found it. It was pretty cool just because like it was our first day out. We were out with the Fisher. We had no YouTube channel yet, nothing. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
Well, that is very cool.
We've been fishing ever since. And like I said, last year we did our event, which we ended up starting called Magnets and Healthy Minds. So it was a magnet fishing event to help raise awareness for mental illness, whether it's PTSD or depression, anxiety, anything like that. So 100% of the proceeds from that event went to NAMI, which is the National Alliance for Mental Illness. And we ended up raising $1,000 for it. So it was kind of cool to be able to present our local National Alliance for Mental Illness with that money.
Well, that's very cool. So, is that usually when you go magnet fishing, you look to do some sort of fundraiser to attach that does something to help the community as well? Is
For
that
the events, yes, but Jen and I both use it for, like she uses it for her depression and anxiety. I use it for PTSD, depression, anxiety, and stuff like that.
mm-hmm,
So we go out, only on weekends. I work a full-time job,
mm-hmm,
and we just go out on the weekends, one day a weekend, sometimes two, but
uh-huh,
it's just an opportunity to go out, get away from the family, from the kids for a little bit,
mm-hmm.
and have fun.
So your kids don't get into magnet fishing at all?
They tried it and they didn't like it.
Oh, how old are your kids?
Well, we have 12 to 24.
Okay, you got a range there.
Yeah.
My son, I think the only reason he says he wants to magnet fish is he hates metal detecting.
Oh,
I think that if I got out there and got all into magnet fishing and started going, let's go magnet fishing, then he'd hate that too. That he just wants to be ornery because he's 13.
it's
So,
it's definitely a lot of fun. Magnet fishing it's an opportunity. Like you at the same time you're cleaning out the river, and you're having fun doing it. We found an old railroad lamp that was from back when the old like steam train era.
oh wow.
But it's an opportunity just to get out. And there's magnets range from all different sizes too. So for someone like starting out like that, there's all different types of magnets.
Well, we have 2 magnet kits for him. It's just a matter of figuring out where to go. And we live near the Missouri River, but the Missouri River, there's no like bridges or anything nearby to throw a magnet off of. So it's like figuring out, if you throw it out, I guess you can do it from shore, but then you're dragging through a lot of possible, it can get caught on weeds or whatever. So I'm not quite sure where exactly to take him to go magnet fishing is part of the problem.
So you can magnet fish from like a shoreline as long as it's not real rocky. You can magnet fish from the shore. Like over Saturday, we went out magnet fishing at one of our spots that we would go to, which is actually now clean. We only got maybe 10 pounds out of there of scrap. When we first started there, we were pulling 7, 8, 9, almost 1,000 pounds sometimes. And now we're only down to like 10, maybe 10 pounds of scrap. That's what we'd like to see is that's the opportunity that we're cleaning out that water area. Now that area is clean considerably from when we started. So now we can move to the next a little farther down and then a little further down and then keep going.
And this is always, you're doing that from shore.
From shore.
When you throw the magnet out, are you like doing a big wind up to really try to get it out 30 feet or you just
not really
down 20 feet from you or what? How does that work?
So it all depends on how heavy your magnet is. Like the one I usually use, the Titan's like is 6, 7 pounds, I think it is. And Jen's is roughly 5 to 6 pounds. She usually throws hers maybe 20 feet. I'll wind up and I'll throw mine my whole entire rope distance, which, 60, 70 feet out. Then we'll drag it across. Our new magnets that we just got are the Kratos Helioses. So they're real little magnets. They only weigh about 1 pound, but they are strong. Like I was completely 100% like shocked at how strong these magnets were. They're so light. I was throwing my whole rope. I was throwing 100 feet of rope.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's right offshore. Obviously, you want to try to avoid areas that are rocky or that have trees in the water and stuff like that, because those are points that are going to snag and stuff like that.
Well, that's really, been the challenge is just figuring out where to take him, because I know that he would enjoy, going out. He likes to swim. So even if he snagged on something, give him an excuse to go out and get it. Right.
Give him an excuse to go out in the water.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
But, for me, I go metal detecting usually 2 or 3 days a week once summer's here, and
Nice.
just have
What
to.
detector do you have?
I'm running a Legend right now. I have an AT Max as well. My husband runs the AT Max because when we started this together this was like 7 years ago, we got an old used detector a friend of mine was getting rid of, and we shared a White's. It was a White's Prism 4, and after we shared one for about, we were sharing one for I don't know, maybe a month. And I could not do that. That is really hard to share one piece of equipment between two people. I don't care how much you love each other. It just doesn't work.
That's exactly what we're going through right now with ours. I have the Simplex Plus.
Okay.
And Jen's like, let me use it. I'm like, I'm swinging right now. Like, why don't you dig or something?
Well, do you ever use the flags? Because what we would do, my husband is an electrician, so he would use these yard flags. And the idea was you swing for like 10 minutes and you flag all the things you want to dig. And then you give the detector to the other person. And then you run around and you go to the flagged spot with your pinpointer and you go dig something up and look for it. The problem was that I could not remember when I would go back to these flagged spots. I'd have 4 or 5 flags. I couldn't remember if it was a quarter at 2 inches or if it was a 6-inch, silver tone or what it was. It was really frustrating. So I went out and I bought an AT Max, and then we would go head to head and each of us would be swinging, and it was perfect, right? Except for we would compete. And on the windowsill, we would keep 2 little jars that we would put our coins in. And it was, just for silver. We basically compete and see who was finding more silver for the year. And at one point, I swung over a spot that he'd already detected, and I pulled a Walker half.
Really?
And so then he said, well, you're finding more stuff because you have a better detector than I do. So the next week I went out and got him an AT Max, exact same one I had. So we were, we were using the same machine, and he couldn't say that I'm finding stuff because I have a better detector. And then we'd be competing, and I'd still find more stuff. But now he says it's because I go out more than him. So
why is that all the women find the cool stuff?
Do you think?
I'm telling you, I think it is because.
Whoops, you locked up a little bit. Are you still there? No. We'll give you a minute to see if you come back on, but I think you are locked up. And meantime, I do have, so I'm going to give you a second to see if you can come back up, because we're having such a great conversation. And I do have, it looks like I have Edward up, so I'm going to bring him up too. Hey, Edward, are you there?
How you doing, Digging? Yeah, I'm doing all right. Yeah, I can't believe Rusty's frozen. Wow, I've had that.
I know he is frozen. It's like playing Night at the Museum.
Yeah, I like Rusty. He's a good guy. I think he's a good guy.
Well, we're going to give him a minute, see if he comes back up, because we were having an interesting conversation.
Yeah, I was loving the conversation you guys are having. Yeah,
it's kind of interesting when you have a chance to like cross interview each other.
Right. Yeah, I apologize for missing your other show. I had to like restart my computer 2 times, and oh my god! And then I had like another issue on one of my shows that happened. I didn't want to like come over and bring the issues to you and your people, because I know you know me, they know me, and and I just didn't want to bring those issues on your show. So I said, well, no, let me just go ahead and take care of it myself. Don't want to bring it to these guys, otherwise, they don't want to hear it. So I was like, let me take care of it myself. I'll attend the next show, and then there he is. What's up, Rusty Magnets?
What's going on?
What was that? You froze up all of a sudden. We weren't sure if you had a stroke.
We have a finished basement, and I have my little work area down here. Jen's got her little area down here, and it seems like our internet, for some reason, our internet router's way on that side of the house.
Oh,
way on this side of the house.
Okay.
So
do you have other people streaming at the same time in the house, and is that contributing to it?
Well, the kids are supposed to be in bed, but
but when are the kids ever doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? So
right.
Sometimes it could be like you could look at the router, because I remember I had this old router and it was causing some like issues. Mm-hmm. So we replaced that router, and I got a brand new router now. Sometimes so I would look at the router, see how if it's old, you could call whoever your services that has that router, and they're supposed and just have them send you a new router. They're supposed to be done like without charge. So
we actually just got our updated one from our internet provider, which somebody else had mentioned. So we're like, might as well look into it and see what ended up happening. And we ended up getting a new router that came out, hooked it up for Jen while I was at work and stuff like that. No charge or nothing like that, which was pretty cool.
There you go.
So
Good.
Well, that's cool. You know, I just ordered something new. It's a Wi-Fi mesh router that I'm adding onto our system so that you basically can create individual accounts for each of your kids and specifically say what they can and cannot get to. And the default user gets to go to Wikipedia, and that's it.
I like that idea.
We're this was an act of desperation on my part, but the child likes to go on Discord, and there's and every time I turn around, he's off doing whatever. In fact, he's pretty much commandeered every computer in the house to do whatever he wants to with it. So we're going to do is we're going to put in this new mesh system, and then he has to basically the kids log in and they get only the sites you let them you get access to, and you can set what hours of the day they can access it. So he likes to wake up in the middle of the night when we're sleeping and jump onto computers.
He's sneaky.
Yeah. So that's the totally not my first choice. My first choice would be to just blindly trust him, but that's not been working. So we're gonna do something else now.
You got to set boundaries, set the limits. Say, okay, this is the hours you're allowed to come on. You can go on from this time to this time, and that's it.
Well, you know what? I stay up until 1 a.m. every night. I get up at like 6 a.m. Somehow he's figured out that I'm passed out cold the 4 hours of sleep I get a night.
Right.
So anyway, you were saying that the women always find better stuff. Does that mean that your wife is kicking your butt with the whole metal detecting thing, or what's going on there?
Well, with the metal detecting thing, I think I may have her on because she hasn't found any old coins yet. I actually just found my first Wheatie.
Okay.
Walking through the woods, I'm like, I'm gonna go to this hiking spot on the woods, go out there, swing around. Found some pretty cool stuff. Found it's like a casino coin. Okay. So it's got like a casino, like the slot machine on it.
Uh-huh.
And then on the backside, I don't know if you can really see it or not. Like there's a casino.
Yeah, I can kind of see
machine.
It. Oh, wow.
And then on the backside, it's got 777 on it.
So it's a token for some kind of gambling establishment.
Mm-hmm. And then
does it have any words on it or anything?
What if it's Cherokee?
No.
Have you tried doing a Google reverse search lookup to see what it's associated with?
Yeah, and it doesn't come up with anything. It just shows that it's a token from like the 50s and 60s era.
Okay.
And that's about it. But the other coin that
do you have many casinos in your area, or Indian casinos, or anything that would have had something like that?
They're further north. They'd be north of where we are. So they're probably about 3 or 4 hours from us. And that park was only established in like the early 50s.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know a whole lot about it. I found my first Wheatie too out there. I found a 20, what was it?
Okay, so I found your token, and in good new condition on eBay. It says it's copper colored metal shiny token. Let's see if it has good condition. It'd be worth about $12 according to the guys trying to sell it.
Oh wow!
But I'm not seeing anything that looks like the history of it. But that's definitely a match for what you just showed. So kind of interesting. I do a lot of research just on in terms of finding things. I always like to start first with Googling things, seeing if I can find the images and seeing what they say.
That's exactly what Jen does too with all of our research on a lot of stuff that we found is from her just Googling it. Like we found our Calthrops, which are Civil War. They're basically like modern day spike strips now. And we found that there's 3 known styles in the United States. And we have found all 3 styles. And they're always near railroad tracks that have been linked to Civil War troop movement. So we never had Civil War battle in Wisconsin. But the railroad tracks in our area would have people come from like Appleton, Green Bay, and they would go down to Illinois via railroad. Which they're so cool. Like they look like big, like oversized jacks, basically.
Oh yeah, I somebody was telling me about those. They would use them to kind of cripple the horses.
To
Or,
maim a horse.
yeah, which is really kind of evil. But so this token that you found, the 777 casino token, it was made by Hoffman Mint, also known as Hoffman and Hoffman, out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. But where they would have distributed those to and when they were distributed, I'm not getting a date on them, but they were actually bronze. So
Really?
yeah, so kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm dorking out on you.
No, that's all right. Now I can go to bed. Now I learned something new. No, I was kidding.
Yeah, I know. But so you guys are starting to find some cool stuff, and that's neat. What about, maybe getting your wife a metal detector for Christmas, so that way next year you guys can go detecting together, go head to head.
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it for Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, okay. Now that said, the Simplex is a really nice machine, but I kind of am partial to the Legend. Just saying. But if you're happy with your Simplex and you want to go head to head and have the same machine, then having matching Simplexes, but get her the better coil.
Yeah.
Because the little coil is actually really cool, the 24.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's what I was looking at for mine. And I was looking at a Legend originally, but I'm like, well, we'll see what, and then we ended up finding this one actually on Facebook Marketplace, and it's been good ever since.
Well, there was some kind of sale they were running on the Legend. There was a big sale going on. I was looking at that.
Mm-hmm.
I've thought about getting one for my husband, but he's kind of one of those guys that, like, he drives an old truck, and he will duct tape that baby together and run it for as long as it will run, period. So, with his AT Max, he'll run that forever. He has no reason to want to ever upgrade. Whereas I always like the newest, greatest, whatever. It's like shiny new car, go get it, right? But with him, he will run that, what he's got. Now, I did get the LG 24 coil for my Legend, and I was running that for a couple weeks. I loved it. I ended up giving it to Patty Disharoon because when I was down in Texas, my headphones were malfunctioning, and she loaned me hers. And then I was like, well, I'll just get a new set sent to you. And she's like, well, I don't use headphones. So I said, would you rather have this coil? And she was like, yeah. And they were back ordered. So I drove back to Mesquite, where she lives, and brought her the coil after the Garrett hunt. So she's got my coil. I back ordered it, and I'm just waiting for them to send me another one. So it's just it's been already a few weeks, and who knows? It'll show up one of these days.
Now I was going to ask you too, with the headphones for the Noctols, is it worth running the headphones?
As opposed to doing what?
Not using them.
Okay. I am a little hard of hearing. So for me to really connect with what's going on with the machine, I do need headphones. Okay. Plus, if you're in a park and you're running without headphones, every kid in the neighborhood will follow you around and go, "Mister, what you digging? What you doing? What's that? Is that a good sound? Can I dig that? Let me have your pin cleaner." And this may sound really antisocial, but if I have the headphones on, I can optionally decide to interact with them or pretend I cannot hear them because the headphones are on.
That's a good idea. I like that. Does that work around the house too then?
Absolutely.
You don't want to listen to kids?
Absolutely. Just wear the headphones. They don't know if you're listening to them or not,
Okay.
That said, the headphones are very specialized to the Nocta. So I went to Florida without my headphones because I was dumb and I forgot to pack them. And so we're out on the windy beaches trying to detect and trying to hear what's going on. That was terrible. And then we tried to pair a different set of headphones with it because they're Bluetooth. And you're like, okay, I can just pair other Bluetooth headphones. It doesn't work. There's some sort of special technology. It's low latency. And I even looked around. There were some low latency headphones at Best Buy, but then I had to find one that had one in stock and wasn't trying to ship it. And I finally gave up and just went without for 4 days. It was awful. And then I brought my headphones this last trip, but they stopped charging themselves, and they wouldn't pair and they wouldn't charge. So they just stopped working, and I don't know why. So Nokia was really good about replacing them. They sent them out right away. And now I have 3 headphones, two of which work, one of which doesn't, but maybe we could repair it. So I have a backup, and I'm happy with having the backup.
Gotcha. I might have to look into that.
Now you can use regular headphones and jack them in with a headphone jack, right?
Not on the Simplex Plus.
Well, there's an adapter that you can buy that has the little. Does yours have the little like 9-pin dually on it?
Yes. So it's got.
Yep. That's the same thing that they have on the Legend, and there is an adapter that you can buy that has that connector plus a headphone jack.
So you can just have wired headphones then.
Yeah, and then you can use anything. And let me just Legend headphone adapter. I think the cost of it was like around $20.
That's not too bad though.
And here it is. You can get them on here. Let me just pull this up and I will put it on screen so you can see it. Let's see here. I'm going to share screen. And there. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So that's on Amazon, and it just is supposed to adapt for the Simplex Plus Cruiser, blah blah blah. Pretty sure that they have one also for the Legend. It's got a different form factor, but $27 on Amazon, or you can find it, through your whoever your favorite detector guy is, whoever your thing is. But and then you can use any headphone. You don't have to use the wireless, because it really just doesn't. You don't really get that much extra for that, for wireless versus not wireless, I don't think. So, but anyway, that's what that is. I'm adding. Edward came back, so got him on. Hello.
Hello, back. Sorry about that. Yeah, the thing just like, sorry, I went wrong. If you're connected, it's on our end. Like, yeah, it is on StreamYard's end. I just blame them.
Sorry about that. We were just talking headphones and stuff with the jack.
And, if you're a member of Amazon Prime, you get free shipping. So,
well, also if you order a minimum of $25, you get free shipping.
Right.
For a lot of things. Now I have Amazon Prime because I'm lazy and I like to order single things without coming up with a minimum order.
There you go.
Every year they keep raising the price. One of these days I'm going to be like, no, enough. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Now, getting back to here, because we are still doing the giveaway. Guys, if you haven't put in, share the love, please do. We're going to pull another name.
I'll go ahead and I'll hit it real quick. I'm still in the VR.
Looks like we have Stickman's joined us today. And Patty just got the 6-inch coil too. And we got Jason from BC Treasure Trails is next up on that.
Awesome.
Congratulations. And I got to close a couple extra windows here. Now, so we're going to put up Jason's site so you guys can check out BC Treasure Trails. And Patty, I would love to know, what do you think of the 6-inch coil versus the LG24? Which one do you prefer? And if you want to text that in, that would be, I think, really interesting to get a feedback on that. I actually, when I first got the LG24, I thought it was kind of thin versus the 6-inch, but now I like it better and wish they'd get one shipped to me already. Let me get Jason's site up and we'll get that shared. Incognito's in the house too. All these people came in when we were chatting, and so like into this discussion, I wasn't even checking chat for a while. So my bad.
I know. I always keep my phone up so I can kind of read the chats and respond on my phone. But I see quite a few people in here that I do actually know, so that's pretty cool to have some people in here that I can say hi to and relate to.
Okay, so let's see here. MLM wanted to know where to get magnets, and Kratos Magnetics is a good source for that. If somebody wants to post the website for Kratos, that would be awesome. And I'm actually looking for Jason's link because I wanted to pull that up real quick. And I do apologize for anybody who came in as we were talking and I haven't already recognized. We just got into this whole discussion of things to get for Mother's Day, which I think there's never a bad time to receive a new metal detector. Just saying, I don't care. Let's see here.
I know I am looking forward to this summer. We have a spot that we're going to be going to that's supposed to have a lot of old bottles that we found last year, and we're
Uh-huh.
going back this year. But the water's only about maybe 3 or 4 feet deep, so I'm going to be snorkeling that. But I am going to be also running the Simplex underwater,
Oh, wow. Is it
so
fully waterproof?
up to 10 meters.
Okay. And then
So,
at that point, you just need to have it with headphones that are waterproof, right?
correct.
Okay. So then aren't you already set up with that with the Simplex for headphones or no? Or are
No,
you
I'm.
talking about for the Legend whether it's worth getting the extra piece?
So it'd be for the Simplex to have you run the headphones,
Okay.
just because I don't know. I've been around loud music, loud cars my whole entire life, so I know it's extremely it can be a loud machine,
Uh-huh.
but I always keep my volume down because if I'm like at a park or something like that, walking through, and it's just like, oh, I don't want to disturb everybody, like because like you said, sometimes you get down and want or unwanted attention from everybody around you, so it's just kind of like I'll just run it real quiet or whatever, and we'll have some fun. We find a bunch of pocket change or whatever. Never found anything besides like pennies, nickels, and dimes, a few quarters here and there, but
Mm-hmm.
only one weedy, and that's about it.
Well, you know what I like to do is I'll take people out detecting like homeowners and stuff, and I like to have them run without headphones so that when I hear their certain tones, I can say, okay, that's one that you want to listen to. So I'll sit there. I went to a bed and breakfast in Jefferson, Texas, and I took the owner out detecting. And the funny thing about it is that his brother-in-law is really into metal detecting. He has like 5 detectors, but this guy had never gone detecting with his brother-in-law, but was willing to go detecting with me. And, I took him out on his property and we looked around for a while. And then yeah, he was kind of digging garbage mostly, which was not terrific. It's not the best first experience, right? So I pinpointed a tone that sounded like a really pretty silver quarter. So I said, well, come over here and swing over this. And he found the tone too. And I said, you go ahead and dig it. And he got a 1946 silver Washington on his property.
Oh wow!
And
I
I
know.
said, oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I know we have some really cool permissions coming up here in Wisconsin that are old 1800s properties
Uh-huh.
that we're going to detect, which we're looking forward to. We're actually waiting until the event. We have some of our friends actually coming up prior. Iron Antler, Beard and Risha are going to be coming up a couple days prior. So I'm
Uh-huh.
taking a little bit of extra vacation time, and we're going to hit this property, this permission that we have together.
And that's after the event or before? Because if it was before the event, I'd come up. But,
Before the event, yes.
really? So,
Yep.
if you guys could make that like Monday or Tuesday that week, I'd totally come up and come hang with you for a day. Just
I am
saying.
actually going to be off of work starting the 22nd all the way to the 30th.
Okay.
So the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, the 27th, and the 28th is the event. The 29th, I'm off, which is Memorial Day. And then 30th, Tuesday, I have to take a friend of ours back to the airport.
Well, see, I'm going to be in Illinois with Marty B up through the 21st. If you guys wanted to go hunting like the 22nd, one of those old properties, I'd find a way to head up that direction. Just saying. And
Definitely.
shoot me an email if that's interesting to you, and I'll rearrange. I was heading to Algona, Iowa, that night, but I can push that out a day, and I don't have to show up for work until the 24th.
Do you
because
have
that's when it's
face?
affecting me.
Do you by chance have a Facebook?
I do have Facebook. I will post it
All I
in.
was going to say is you could just send me a message on the Rusty Magnets Facebook page, and then I can keep in contact with you that way.
Let me see here. I may or may not be able to find Rusty Magnet's Facebook page very easily. I should qualify this. I have Facebook, but I may suck at Facebook. Just saying. Just used to get more into it, and now I just sort of, I use it for communications more than anything.
There it is, the second one down. Yep.
Close the Eureka Vet Services. I'm just trying to find tick chews for my dog. There we go. I'll follow you.
Awesome. Thank you.
And then if I follow you, I sent you a hi. Yay, go me. We'll do more later. There we go.
Works for me. I just got it too.
Okay, so I need to keep pulling names for this because we're moving forward. I had Marty V and BC Treasure Trails, and
Marty V said he's only about 60 miles to Beloit from his house.
now are you in Beloit? Is that where you actually live?
No, we're about an hour and a half away from Beloit.
Are you south or north of them? Or north
We would
of them?
be northwest of Beloit.
Okay, all right. So it'd be sort of like up and over, sort of, because west is the direction I eventually have to go. So it's sort of more on the way home. We'll have to chat because
Yeah, for
I
sure.
also talked to Wicked Insanity Mike, and he talked about me stopping in Jamestown, Wisconsin on the way up, way back as well. But I can just like I'll just have to figure that out next day or two because I think the Airbnb I booked might have a lock-in on the date. I don't know. I did this when I went to Texas. I just booked Airbnbs every couple of days, and everywhere I just sort of mapped my route based on where I could stay. So
Gotcha.
it was like that. But all right, so we're gonna go ahead. I've got BC Treasures up. If everybody hasn't put in for Share the Love, please do. And we're gonna go ahead and draw again. And Rusty, did you put in Share the Love already?
I did not yet.
Put that in real quick because I want to I definitely want to be making sure that everybody knows how to get to you. And I will put a link to your Facebook page since I had it up here. There we go.
Oh, good picture of him. Nice.
Yeah, that was our first trip to Detroit, Michigan.
Oh,
That was a rough trip.
Detroit, Michigan. Now, I don't hear too often of people doing that, going to Detroit for vacation. So what was that about?
We ended up going to Jason Vanderwall from Motor City Magnet Fisher. He
Okay.
was holding an event there. We went there and we found sawed-off shotguns, magazines, handguns, cash box, just crazy stuff. I'm like, within like the first handful of throws, people were pulling up guns, knives, and stuff like that.
Oh, wow. See, and maybe I just like a little bit of a hoarder, but I don't know how, you could find cool things like sawed-off shotguns and not want to keep them and clean them up and, make them your friend. I don't know.
It's definitely hard, but you got to think at the same time that some of this stuff may have been linked in homicides or stolen, or that if we were like, let's say we kept a gun and it ended up being, for some reason, the cops came over to the house and they saw that and they ran a serial number on it. Now we're going to be charged for that, party to a crime of murder or whatever it may be. So there's always stuff.
Yeah, I could see that, but the ones that you turn in, the ones they say you can have back afterwards, I don't know. I would think that it'd be like, really hard not to stack them up, especially when you find so many. And I do know one of my other friends who magnet fishes, he actually found a brand new 9mm in a case that somebody had thrown in the water, and he just cleaned it up and it was good to go. So,
Oh, wow. This is actually one that we also have in our shadow box right here.
oh, hold on. Let me grow you so that we can see that better. Let me see. How do I do this? It's always such a challenge running this at the same time. There we go.
There you go.
Oh, look at that. It's so cute.
So that's actually a Smith & Wesson 357 that we found off of a fishing pier.
It looks tiny. Hold it up again for a minute.
So,
Yeah.
let me turn my brightness down real quick here.
Oh, it's because it's a picture of the thing. I thought it was the actual one for a minute. I was like, wait a minute. It's tiny.
No, this is just a picture of one.
Okay.
Oh,
But
So it looks like everything else had pretty much worn away and it was just the frame.
yep, that was just the frame. We found some pretty cool old cap guns that we're able to clean up real well. Where is it? There it is.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So that'd be actually a cap gun.
And I do like toy guns are actually one of my favorite things to find.
Oh yeah, this was actually really cool. This was this was just like unbelievable because it was so bad a shape that Jen cleaned it up and was able to get it restored like that. Like we found a lot of old toys, a lot of old, just different like Tootsie cars and stuff like that, which is pretty cool.
Well, that would be very cool, finding old Tootsie cars. Although I would guess that the water would probably make them pretty hard to recognize after a while, right?
That's the first safe that we found.
Here, let me put you back.
Oh,
up.
wow. Oh, that's
Yeah,
neat.
I don't know why my brightness keeps doing that. But that's the first safe that we found.
That looks like a really modern safe.
It is. So we ended up finding 2 that day.
You just kind of wonder how it is they ended up in there.
Yeah, there was a business that was right behind there that we think may have been robbed at one point in time, but the cops were like, there was no robbery ever reported or anything like that. We found, 17 shopping carts that day there.
Yeah, I remember there was one video or live stream that Grandma Kelly was doing where she pulled up a shopping cart and then she was trying to haul it over the railing and it was bigger than her. It was just like, it was all just like leverage, trying to get that to go. It was just crazy. But
yeah, it was. I know Grandma Kelly came last year to the event, which was awesome, and she ended up going for a swim because her magnet ended up getting stuck. We didn't pick the greatest spot last year for the event. It had a seawall, so the whole seawall was all metal.
Oh my, okay.
Her magnet got stuck to it, so she had to go for a swim to get it back. But
hey, Looter 8's in the house. Good to see you, Looter 8. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to put this back in and keep drawing because we need to get 10 people together for this race. And I've got Gregory Refke, Mike Schleiss, Marty V, and BC Treasure Trails. Good luck, everybody. And this is, if you haven't done so, put in hashtag share the love. And Edward, you're in your own race.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I'm going to get a link up here for you too, so that we can share your link for people who are not familiar with Edward. But Edward's actually a treasure around here, just saying. So.
Yeah, that's got over 600 subscribers.
Hey, you're doing good. It sounds like
thank
you're
you,
moving
Marty.
forward. 677.
Thank you, MLM. Thank you.
You are growing.
Was it up 670?
677 is what I'm showing.
Wow, I am doing well.
You're gonna be getting to that 1,000 before you get anywhere. Now wait a minute. How come it says you don't have any content?
Huh?
That's not right.
Oh, I just have live streams. I'm creating my own content.
Oh, okay. All right. So when you're on your homepage, it says it don't have any content, and then it says that it's all live stream. So what you need to do is do at least a channel trailer for the first page, so that it shows that, and then everything. Now, do you want to share with me exactly what this drama is going around about your channel on the last live streams?
Well, what's been going on is like when I'm streaming, I'm getting these phone calls, and it's like, and it's these food delivery.
Uh-oh, you're breaking up on me.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
For this, my mother calls me up like, "You better." No, I did not do this. I'm like, no. So I'm like, okay, someone's messing with me or something. Because I'm like, they're using my name, putting my name on the order, saying like, oh yeah, thinking, oh, I ordered this. Nah, I did not order this.
So people are sending you pizzas and stuff, or what's going on?
Well, what they're doing is they're calling these places, and they're probably open so late at night, and they're using my name, having it sent to my house, and I'm like, Okay, I didn't order this. I've already eaten dinner, people.
Mhm. Okay, Edward, you are breaking up big time with robotics, and
I didn't
I'm going to have you leave and come back in and see if you can get a better
get
connection. Close out
this
every
out.
extra windows you have running, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Now, Edward, you do need to disconnect and reconnect because all I did is I took you off the stream, but you're still there. That doesn't work. But I don't want to boot you from the studio. You need to leave by yourself because otherwise, I think you can't come back in. But we'll give it a try. And there we go. All right. So Copperowl's in the house. He was mentioning that he'll take a pizza at his place if anyone wants to order it and pay for it. He'll take it anytime. Dwayne Norvell's in the house. I haven't seen you, Dwayne, in a while. It's good to see you. Metal detecting Mike is in the house. Mike can see. And it is good to see you. Are you back stateside now, or are you still out traveling exotic places? I'm just curious. And if you haven't done so already, guys, put in hashtag share the love because we're going to draw some more names. And there we go. All right, so we're going to do, I'm not sure what that was about, but you guys will have to let me know if you can hear me okay or if it's still being robotic because that was not coming across very well.
Yeah, you're coming across clear as far as I know.
Okay, I think it was just Edward. And Mike is back. He says back home now. Great finds. Mike is also in the house. And Connie Barnes is here. We're getting a lot of people coming and hanging out tonight. That is very cool. Now we're going to get some other names drawn here. Let me add this back to stream. That was Edward, and I'm sure he'll come back in as soon as he reconnects. He just was breaking up real badly. So good luck, guys. Pull a new name. And it's Dwayne Norvell. Congratulations, Dwayne. You are next one in the race. And it is really good to see you. It seems like I've been out of touch with everybody for a while just because of all this travel stuff. So it's good to get everybody back in order and get people checking. Yes, Mike, his connection was definitely wonky. There was something going on there. So let's see here. We're going to get Dwayne's link up here. And that way we can share that out.
I think, though, I am going to head out for the night because I do have to wake up early to go to work.
Well, I appreciate your coming and hanging out for a bit and telling people about the event. Guys, if you haven't done so already, please do check out the Rusty Magnets YouTube channel. I'll put the link over here shortly. Appreciate you being here and checking it out, too. So
we do tomorrow night at 7:30 Central Standard Time. We have a live, and we are going to be discussing every Tuesday night. We have our live. And we're going to be discussing some more stuff about the event. So if people would like to turn it or come in and check it out, they're more than welcome to. We usually only stay on for a couple hours, just talk a little bit, go over some of the stuff, have different guests, and that's about it.
Sounds good. You know what? Let me go ahead and get the link to your live stream, and I'll put it in chat so they have it.
Okay.
And
Sounds
that
good.
way you guys can check it out. That is the link for the live stream, and that is tomorrow night. And if I'm back in by that time, I will come and check it out as well. I plan to play hooky tomorrow afternoon and go detecting because I can, and because it's going to rain later this week. So I moved around my schedule and moved all of my clients from tomorrow to Thursday when there's going to be rain. So.
Gotcha. But yes, thanks for having me on. Like I said, anybody that's on here, you guys are more than welcome to be on here. And sometime I'd like to return the favor and potentially have you as a guest on our live.
Oh, that would be lovely. Thank you.
Sure.
I'll definitely keep that in mind, and we'll make that happen at some point.
Sounds
so
good.
Is it every Tuesday night you do that?
Every Tuesday night at 7:30 Central Standard Time.
All right. I'm going to make a note of this because I have digstreams.com has a calendar which shows where live streams are, which ones are live at when, and I'll add you guys to that.
Awesome.
And that's, you said it's 7:30 Central, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, sounds good. We'll go ahead and get that up there too. Hey, thanks a lot for coming. Appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure.
And I wish you all the best luck with the event. I would love to come out and go hunting with you guys before the event if that Monday prior works. And I sent you a hi using
for
Facebook
sure.
Messenger. So we'll chat offline about that, okay?
Sounds good. Have a good night. Have a good night, everybody.
All right, thank you. Take
Yeah.
care. Edward, you're back.
Yeah, that thing keeps kicking me out. It's crazy.
How much stuff did you have running? Because you were getting robotic with your voice, and that's why we
Oh
should
no! What happened? I was also talking with Stickman in chat, and then when I come back to the stream, I saw that something went wrong. I was like, man, this is always happening. This happens when I go live too. So
what does your bandwidth look like there? What does your internet look like at your house?
I mean, no one else streams but me, so I mean.
Well, you can go to a site called speedtest.net and you could check your speed before you go on a stream.
Okay.
And that way you kind of have an idea of what we're working with.
It's called speedtest.net?
Yep, speedtest.net. And you do. Here, I'll show you. It's actually pretty easy. You just go onto the site. You're going robotic on me again, darling. You go to speedtest.net and then you hit go. And then it just does a quick thing where it checks your upload and your download speed.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, it's going to come back with a response here real quick that tells me I've got probably 1.8 up, maybe 2. And it'll come back with the results. And then it tells you how you compare with other services. So if you have something that's lagging, checking that is a good place to start. I have 231 down, and then we'll see what my up speed looks like. So the two things that I do if I have funny things going on with my internet is I check speed test, and then I check my task manager to see if I have too many processes running, because that 231 down, 218 up. And so that's actually pretty decent speed overall.
Okay.
It says, let's see here. I think somewhere here it tells you how well you go to like compare to others. I'm not seeing that right now, but that's actually decent. I don't worry about that. But if it was telling me that I had 100 and something down, and I know I pay for a higher speed, then I'd be like, no, there's an issue. So that's what that is. It's a good place for you to start if you get robotic.
Okay.
And in fact, I'm restarting your whole computer would be a good place to kind of flesh things out too if you're running slow.
Yeah, that's like I said, that when I didn't show up, like I said, I apologize for not showing up to your other show. I was going to come, but I was having some computer stuff going on. Like I had to reboot my computer 2 times, and so hopefully that got taken care of. And then, I had to talk with someone about what happened on my other live show that happened. Someone came in and was timing out people in my chat. And I was like, who could be doing this? Call you. Oh, I'll need your home number there, Stickman. I'll definitely do it. Well, I know you.
I got a lot of people who are talking about detecting this weekend. Mike NC says he's going definitely detecting this weekend. And Dwayne Norvell says he's going to get out tomorrow. And Dwayne, I know that you're kind of aren't you in Iowa? This is what I'm thinking is you're almost on the way to or from where we're going for detecting the Heartland. And again, we're trying to figure out exactly my route, but we should go detecting if it works out. I think that'd be fun. I did go detecting Sunday, and I am hoping to get out there tomorrow again. Sunday, it got to be a really long day because we did 1 park plus 2 private lots plus a house. So we had 4 different sites in one day. I was starting to hurt a little. Hey, I've got Mike NC is in the house. Good to see you. How are you?
I'm doing good.
So I shared the link to your video that you did with the song. I thought that was really awesome.
Which one? Cladman?
Cladman. Yes. I thought that was really cool.
That was a fun song
to do. You did a really good job with that. And Mike, you've met Edward, right? You guys know each other.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, man. What's up, Mike?
How you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
So
Yeah,
tell me a little bit about this Transylvania Dracula's Castle thing. How did that come about?
There wasn't a Dracula. It wasn't Dracula. It was Frankenstein's castle.
Frankenstein's Castle. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
But is that in Transylvania then, or no? It would be in.
in Germany.
Yeah, I was thinking Liechtenstein, but okay, in Germany. So what were
It
you
was
doing?
near Wiesbaden, Kaiserslautern area,
Mhm.
south of Frankfurt.
Okay, so southern Germany, and then near Bavaria.
Yeah.
I heard that there is quite a huge immigrant issue down there with Muslim people immigrating to that area. There was one of my patients, actually, her family's from that area, and she was saying that it's gotten to a point where they have a lot of issues from immigration. And did you notice anything like that when you were there?
No, I saw a lot of immigration issues when I landed in Dallas.
Well, Dallas has its own set. Now, what ended up taking you over to Dallas then?
The connecting flight home.
Okay, so you had to fly backwards to go forward?
No, I flew into Frankfurt and then flew out of Frankfurt, but Dallas is the hub.
Right. But
Yeah.
you had to go from Florida to Dallas in order to go the other direction.
Right.
Okay. So when were you in Dallas? Because I was just there like 2 weeks ago. We may
Oh,
have
I was
passed
just at the
each other.
airport. I didn't go anywhere. I was just there for a couple hours.
Oh, yeah. I went down to the Garrett Hunt, so I was over there for the.
Yeah, I wanted to go to that, but unfortunately I couldn't. I'm gonna try.
It was fun. It was actually really a lot more than I had expected as far as it being like a lot of people showed up. It was really crowded, but it was fun. We had a good time.
That's cool.
Yeah, I got to hang out with Jersey Ray, and we.
I want to try and make more events this year.
What are you going to go to?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look around and see what's going on. I'm gonna try to make some of the southern stuff here. One of the Florida hunts.
Mm-hmm.
The next North Carolina one I'm going to try to go to.
Well, that'd be cool. Yeah,
So
I
they
want
usually have one.
to do more hunts this year. But right now, the only thing I have going on is detecting the Heartland, and I'm going to go do one in North Dakota the following
okay.
in June, because a guy I met at the Garrett Hunt kept asking. He's from Minnesota, and he's like, "Are you going to this North Dakota hunt?" And I'm like, "No, I know nothing about it." So he went to all the extra effort of getting me the information. So I figured and do that. But I don't know. I would like to go out to do like dig stock sometime. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah, those are fun events.
Yeah.
I got to meet Aqua Chigger at the first North Carolina one. It was pretty cool.
What do you think of him?
He's a down to earth guy. He's really fun to detect with.
He is very friendly. I was told to just randomly go up and give him a hug, and I did. And he didn't like, "Who are you?" and get off of me. He was like, he was just like, "Yeah," he gave me a hug right back and stuff. And he was actually really nice. But it was strange and random, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But one of these days, if I ever make it up to Pennsylvania, I want to go hunting with them and go with Grapevines and Aqua Chigger and some of the guys that are up in that direction. I think that would be really fun. So did you bring your detector with you when you went to Europe?
No, I did not.
Why?
Because I was there for work and I didn't want to get in trouble with the authorities if I wasn't allowed to dig somewhere. And that would affect my job. So I didn't want to do that. So I just eliminated that temptation.
Well, didn't that make you just a little crazy that you were over there with all that old history? And
it really did.
Come on. I would have gone to the nearest
online to rent a
detector
detector for a little while there.
What's that?
I was even looking around to rent a detector.
I would have just went and picked one up at Runnings. There's one cheap one just for I don't know. But yeah, that would be really hard not to want to go detecting. Now, the point is you just have to not get in trouble. I didn't say go
Exactly.
trespassing on places and get arrested. I just said go detecting. There's a difference, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the laws are in some of these towns, but man, you look at some of these old towns, and you know, like Frankenstein Castle was built in 1149,
Oh wow.
and you know, but of course it's a historic area, so I couldn't detect there anyway. But any of the like the park in town, you
Mhm.
could probably do.
Actually, I don't know what the rules
Right.
are about doing parks in Europe, but the person to check with would have been, is it Indiana Tones, the guy that lives in Europe and likes to come over here and go detecting?
No, Indiana Jones is from New York.
Okay, it is. Okay, he's got a name that's similar to it. He's got like a fancy schmancy High Plains Drifter.
Oh, really?
I believe that's who I'm talking about. Is hold on.
High
He
tone.
actually High Tones Drifter.
Yeah.
He would be the one that could answer that because he's the one that is he's in like Austria or something. Let
Oh,
me see.
wow.
I want to see because he's come on my site on my channel before and done show and tell, showed me some things. Yeah, he's in Austria, but he'd be able to kind of give you a clue on what what's good, what's not so good for that. Because I
Okay.
really
Yeah.
how long were you
I should have
how
reached
long
out
were
to
you
him.
over
I
there
didn't know
for?
he was over there.
Were you over there for just a week or were you there for a while?
A couple weeks. I wasn't there that long.
Oh, that would have been enough time to do that stuff though.
Yeah.
I would have because, I used to have to travel for work and go to Germany and France and stuff, but that was before I detected. But yeah, anywhere I go now, I basically figure out a way to cram a detector in with my laptop bag and bring it along to see what I can do.
If I was going to bring a detector with me, it probably would have been the Nocta Macro, the Simplex,
Uh-huh.
because it collapses down really small.
I've seen that with Expedeus. That thing telescopes down to practically nothing. I don't know if you've seen that. But I was actually on Amazon. They have a new telescoping little cheapy detector that I was half tempted to order just to see how well it does. Like, when people go out, they go with any crappy old detector they can get on Amazon just to see how well they can do. That would be
I did that with a Bounty Hunter 4.
What were your thoughts on that?
It'll detect down about 2 or 3 inches, and beyond that, unless it's a very large target, it won't get much deeper than that.
So it made you sad, is what you're telling me.
I still found a musket ball with it.
Yeah, but 2 to 3 inches. I mean, size does matter. 2 to 3 inches is like
Yeah,
nothing.
the
It's like
Bounty
that's a
Hunter's
service
a
line.
entry-level machine.
Uh-huh.
It was cheap. It got it at like Dick's Sporting Goods. And
So
I
what you
did
did with it
the
after?
video was called Metal Detecting on a Budget.
Okay. I think I saw that. That's right. I remember when you did that. What did you do with the detector afterwards? Did you give it away to your fan base? Because you should have made it a raffle afterwards or something.
I still have it. I could probably do a raffle on it. That'd be fun.
Yeah. You
Or
should, you
do a
should do
giveaway
that.
on it at my 2000 if I ever get there.
Yeah. You could do a giveaway for it, or you could bestow it on some kid who wants to learn how to detecting just to,
Yeah.
I think
I
that
got
would
a
be
couple
good.
of cheapo detectors that I don't use anymore. I just probably gonna. I don't know. One of the guys, I think he's in Pennsylvania somewhere. They do a charity thing where you send them detectors and they give them to the kids and teach them how. But
Well, I always carry a detector that's sort of, it's not really a throwaway, but it's like when a homeowner wants to try it, or if there's a kid that's interested, I always just hook them up with this old White's detector. And that's
yeah, I
like,
usually carry with my primary machine is my AT Pro with a NEL Tornado coil, and my backup is the Simplex.
so do
But
you
I get
always
this-
carry both?
The Simplex is good though because it's got a superior pinpoint function, a lot better than the AT Pro. And It's a pretty powerful machine. The battery lasts forever.
So why did you get the Simplex? I'm just curious.
Calico was having a mystery box sale at Christmas one year, and I bought the mystery box, and that was in it.
Ah, okay. I've seen those mystery boxes, and they are sort of like weird metal detecting gambling things. They do look really tempting, so it's interesting.
It had a lot of good stuff in there. It had a Calico coin, like a 50th anniversary coin or 65th anniversary coin. I mean, it had or something anniversary coin, but it had a pinpointer, a pouch, metal detector, a hand shovel, all kinds of swag and stuff like that was in there. It was pretty good.
So
Headphones.
what was the pinpointer?
It was a Nocta pinpointer.
Oh, that's a good one then. Pretty
Yeah.
decent.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, so I looked up the rules on metal detecting in Germany while we were talking just now, and apparently you can metal detect in Germany, but it requires a license. So you'd have to figure all that process out, and then whether they'd let tourists with a license do it or whatever. On the other hand, if you ever travel to Ethiopia on business, metal detectors are banned in the country.
Ooh.
And I find that interesting that they don't have a country that bans them entirely. So
I wouldn't bring a metal detector as much as I'd bring a metal thrower. I wouldn't go there unless I was armed.
I don't think you're allowed to do that.
I wouldn't go to Ethiopia unless I was armed to the teeth.
Yeah, I think that all those places you would not be allowed to bring any projectile equipment. Just saying.
I'm just saying. I have,
Must be illegal to metal detect.
I have no interest in going to that part of the world anymore.
Yeah, I should tell you, I found a 50 cal bullet yesterday that was just beautiful. It was like, I don't know if they like fired it or dropped it or what, but I found that in somebody's front yard in Pier, and what it was doing in there, I have no idea. But it was a hefty thing. I cannot imagine what you could take down with a 50 cal bullet, because it was like, heavy metal, honestly. So I thought that was actually But I was out playing in the dirt all day yesterday.
And Mine Lab's come out with a few good machines lately. The 600, the 900, the 700, 900, and the Manicore.
Yeah, the Manicore is kind of an interesting.
I was thinking about the 600 actually, or the 700 actually. The 900 has a good gold function if you're gold hunting. You go nugget shooting.
Now, are you thinking about upgrading then?
I don't know. My philosophy is if it's not broke, don't fix it.
You sound like my husband. Just saying. Yeah. He'll run that AT Max.
Because my buddy has the CTX 3030.
Uh-huh.
And we do about equal, It's not a better machine than the AT Pro. If I know my machine, I know my AT Pro, I know the sounds it gives me, I know what the numbers mean.
Mm-hmm.
And I just and I know how to swing the coil to get those deep targets.
Right.
The settings to get those deep targets. And I get targets that the CTX 3030 misses, and I get targets that the Knox 800 misses.
Mm-hmm. Well, you did really good when we were hunting in Florida. You were finding stuff left, right, and sideways.
Yeah.
I thought you were doing really well. I was doing just okay. But
yeah, the first target was that ring up by the tree.
Mm-hmm. But that pocket watch you found, I thought that was a really cool find.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And I would have loved to be hunting longer if we hadn't gotten rained out. We would have been there for dark, for sure. But
we got out of there just in time because it was pouring.
Oh yeah, driving home, that was scary. Doing 75 on the highway and having monsoon, like just buckets of water pouring on me the whole time. It was super fun.
It was a torrential downpour.
Yeah, exactly. But that was actually interesting. I'm gonna try to make it out to Florida again next year. They have that convention I went to.
Okay.
They have it in Florida, so if they do that again, I might try to come out a little early. And
Well, let me know. We'll,
hunting.
hopefully it'll be better weather and the storm clouds will stay away.
Well, if I can swing it, I will actually try to come out for at least a week or two early. The only caveat there is that my son is going to be starting public school this fall, and he's never been in public school before. So that does somehow ground me as far as how long I can go running off for. Because otherwise, if he was still homeschooling, we could go for a month. Just saying.
Okay.
But yeah, since he's going to be in school because he's going into 8th grade, it'll be different for sure.
Yeah, it will.
But I don't know. I mean, he could go to school and my husband could watch him and I could still go away early and go detecting, just saying. So, but that's actually really cool. You're back. And where are you going to go detecting this weekend?
I got my eye on an old school that was built in the 1920s, the early 20s.
Now, you're back in Florida then, or you're
Yeah, still back in Florida.
Okay. So
I go between Florida and North Carolina quite often.
I actually think that there's a lot of old history to be found in Florida, but you just have to find it where the people aren't.
Yeah.
It's like, finding those little spots, I think. But I think that 20 school, that sounds like there's got some good potential there, unless it's been hunted all to crap. Kind of depends.
Well, it's never truly hunted out.
Well, that's
I seen a metal detectorist out there, and he was swinging his coil like a madman, like he was in a hurry to get somewhere. And he's going to miss all the deep targets. He'll find stuff near the surface because it's a stronger tone, but he'll miss those weak tones because he was swinging so fast.
Oh, he's gonna clear out the junk so that you don't have to pull so many ring pulls and stuff.
Yeah,
exactly. Junk for you. Yeah, there's an old school I actually just got permission on. It's an old brick building from the turn of the century, like early, like 1910, something around there.
Nice.
And it used to be a school, and now it's privately owned by this guy. And I finally got a hold of who knows him, and they just said, "Oh, get a hold of him this way." Called him up, and he said, "Sure." He said somebody came out and hunted it before, but he didn't stay very long. And so I was like, I want to come out and hunt, and we'll see what we can find. And the place is, if nothing else, it'll be good for filming because it's got a really cool structure. So we're going to try to get up there. And in fact, that was the one I was trying to remember today. I was making lists of places I'm supposed to go this year, so that I don't I don't forget to go detecting. So the one that I meant to put in. I also, this is kind of funny. There's an old church that they closed, and apparently it's now full of bats. And
oh, really? Wow.
The priest that serves that parish happened to be up in our town last weekend. And I went up to introduce myself because I happen to be his webmaster. I do his church's websites.
Oh, nice.
And so I went up there and introduced myself. And I said, I've been meaning to get out to Artesia. I know that church isn't open anymore. And he goes, yeah, it can't be open. It's full of bats. And I'm like, really? And he goes, yeah, they really should burn it to the ground because there's no way to get the bats out except burning it down. And so I said, I really would love to go look around the history over there, see if I can find anything. He goes, sure, come on over anytime. He goes, there's also another church they burned down back in 1950 that was built around the turn of the century. The cemetery is still there, but the church is gone, and we still have that property too. So come play there too. And he was like super nice. So I have to get out there before July because he's moving there. They reassign. When they move priests around, they reassign him in July. And so he's getting moved down to Dakota Dunes somewhere, and he's going to be gone forever. And since I have the permission, I got to go there while he's there and do that. So, yeah, that was actually kind of a cool little bonus. And it's about 2 hours south of here. And actually, that reminds me, I also need to go over and finish the nunnery in Hoven, because they're moving the parish priests around there too. And the guy that gave me permission's moving. So I have to go hit that before they move again. So anyway.
Yeah, better catch him while he's there.
Yeah.
Well, I plan on doing some traveling this year and and going different places and doing some metal detecting.
Where do you most want to go and go detecting?
Uh,
Besides South Dakota, because I know you really secretly want to go detecting in South Dakota. But
I do,
besides-
actually do. Is Deadwood in South Dakota?
It is. Deadwood's in South Dakota, and I have a handle on an old casino with an opium den.
Wow.
And I got to figure out
Talk
who it
about
is.
high tones.
I know. Who is it? Somebody was telling me about it and said, just contact her husband. Oh, I'm going to have to write that down. See, this is why I keep this stupid book, because I have to remember these things. And then, like, I get people to agree to stuff. And then if I don't remember to follow up, I never do the permissions. But the opium den thing, I think that might be one of my patients. That I talk to people day to day that I have a bunch of patients. And one, I check on, see how they're doing on their medication. And then we start talking about metal detecting. And if they tell me that they live in a rural area, I'm like, oh, okay. So I was like, so are you on acreage then? And I try to figure out how many acres they have and stuff. So it makes for a more interesting conversation at any rate. But
There was a lady who went to my church. Goes to my church in North Carolina. And right across, about a quarter mile away is a road with her family name.
uh-huh.
And it used to be a dirt road. And at the end of the 2-mile road is the old house that her family owned. So she gave me permission for that.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
Is the house still in the family, or does somebody?
The house is not. It's actually, yeah, it is. It's still in the family, but it's being rented. It's a rental.
Well, that's okay. If you have permission of the owners, then you just go tell the renters that you have permission to go.
Absolutely.
So that sounds like that's got some potential for sure. I do have a thing in Indiana that if I can get out there, I've got an old town that is I think they're on like 300 acres.
I want to go to some, like Midwest, like Missouri or something. Go to one of those little ghost towns.
Missouri, there's a hunt. I don't know if Scott McClory's still in, but I think Scott was the one telling us about a hunt in Missouri this fall in October.
Really?
There's a seated hunt, and I don't remember the name of it right now, but it's in like October. They do a big hunt. And what I did is when I went down to Texas, I went hunting in Kansas. I stayed at an old farmstead and got permission to detect her land. And everywhere I went, if I go to an Airbnb, I contact them and ask if there's anywhere nearby I can detect, or if they're on a big property, I ask if I can play in their yard. And that works really well. So we didn't quite make Missouri on the way back up, but I did go through Oklahoma, and that place there was a lot of old, like open space parks and things in that area that would have been worth hunting.
Yeah, I bet there are. Been
in a hurry. And I did get a 1903 penny in Nebraska in a public park.
That's cool.
We stayed at an old Victorian carriage house right in the center of town near this big old courthouse. And that place I would go back to, because that place had huge potential. And I was there for 2 days and didn't cover a tenth of the land that I had available to go hunting.
Wow.
So if you ever get up towards Nebraska or anything, you give a holler, because or South Dakota. And if you're in Deadwood, I have a friend of mine owns a gold mine up in the hills by there. He lives in Deadwood, or he lives in Lee actually, and he gave us permission. I went up there with Teresa the treasure hunter. We went gold panning up there. And we went detecting at the area where they had found miners' bones. And they have a huge area. We didn't cover, any like tiny bit of that area that he had permission to, because Teresa and I were up there, and this guy came up with a truck, and he was not the guy that owned the place. And he came up and was like looking for the owner. And he was like, oh, he's supposed to meet me here today. And it was really weird because we were so far off the beaten path. We were where nobody'd hear you scream.
Right.
Teresa sort of whispers back to me. She goes, my gun is in my bag. And I'm like, and what am I supposed to do with that? I'm not going into your bag and pulling out your firearm that I've not useful. And I sort of kind of met him halfway up the road and told him he had to
It's
leave.
useful if he's going to attack you.
Not if you're not familiar with you can't fire somebody else's firearm. It doesn't work that way. If you're not familiar with it. Because they operate differently. Because there's some of them have safety, some of them don't.
Yeah.
Because I'm really good with my firearm and not so much with other people's. There's lots of reasons, Mike. Just saying.
I'll use any firearm available. And if even if I have to take it from the bad guy, I'd shoot him with his own gun.
But if you've never like operated a firearm, you can just pick up anything and fire it.
Oh, I've operated plenty of firearms.
See, I pretty much I know how to operate my equipment. I don't know how to operate other people's equipment. So, in general, that's but I mean, yes, I suppose if somebody were coming at you and it was sitting there,
Right.
but I'd be the dumb one not figuring out where the safety was or whatever. Mine has a long trigger pull. It has no safety.
Was it a semi-auto or a revolver?
Oh, what I'm talking about right now, that we're not supposed to talk about on YouTube. That
No, you can talk about it. There's plenty of channels about pew-pews and things like that.
Talk about
we can change the
subject.
Yeah, I can hear the tones of demonetization just coming out.
You ain't gonna get demonetized for that.
No, it's a SIG, and it's I opt for semi-autos, but at any rate, and it was weird. His husband got me another one for Christmas. It's also a SIG, and I'm not sure why it is. I have two now, but there you have it. The other one I don't use because I haven't fired it. It's just sitting there in the pretty little box it came in. But I'll take it out this spring and figure out how to operate it.
That's cool.
What's that?
So that's cool.
Yeah. But at any rate, no, I walked down to the trailhead and I sort of stood up there and was like, no, he's not here. You're going to need to call him and cell signal. You can find that 3 miles down the road. I was just like, no, you cannot be here because it was creepy. A guy in the middle of nowhere. So we didn't stay long after that. We
I'll bet.
It was a fun place to hunt. And if you ever make it out to Deadwood, you'll have to holler.
I saw that video you put out about that.
Oh, okay. All right. It's a really neat location. And I even did a little bottle digging because there was garbage to go through. But yeah, Deadwood is about 4 to 5 hour drive from here, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
We're not, it's not like in my backyard or anything. And then Teresa lives about 2 hours, I think, from there. On the other side, she lives in Wyoming. So she kind of came over and met me halfway. And you've met Teresa at places. She like hangs out in the same seated hunts you go to. So you've met her. She's real nice. So yeah, if you ever make it out, that'd be fun. All right, we are actually let me see here. Oh, Cartoons and Collecting came in. Good to see you.
Hey, Ro, I'm going to jump down. I just wanted to pop in and say hi and let you know I'm back okay. And
yeah, I appreciate your coming and hanging out. We're going to get back to drawing names. I hope you put in Share the Love, and we will share your channel if you get drawn.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
All right.
Mike.
Thank you for coming.
All
I
right.
appreciate you.
See you later.
All right.
See you there, Mike.
Sorry, we get to talking. You guys are like, why is she still talking? She hasn't drawn a name.
Mike's a good guy. I like him.
Yeah, he is. And I got to hunt with him in Florida. That was super fun.
Oh, nice.
Marty V says he went to Deadwood 20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Right. So I think I have 5 more names to draw, and then we'll get a race going. And then when Edward's going to call the race, even though he's in the race. Oh, I've got 6 names. I need 4 to draw.
Call a race and I'm in. I love it.
If you haven't done so already, and let's get this going, guys.
A couple times when I got drawn, so yep, I've already done it. Maybe Stickman will get it.
Good place to be, Mike. And thanks for coming up. I like having him come hang out with us.
Yeah, he's cool.
Copper Owl Coins is next.
Congrats,
And
Cop.
Copper Owl he actually does a live stream on Sundays before Coining Around. So definitely check his out. I'm going to get his link up here in just a second. Scars Prospecting is here. Good to see you. And let's see here. We've got and Mike, be sure to drop your link so that people can come and check you out if they haven't checked out your video for your new song. Definitely do that. And Cartoons and Collecting says Copper Owl is live right now on his channel. Well, that's okay. We'll still share his channel and he'll still be in the race, because the way that this works is that you don't have to be here at the end, but if you're not here to claim, you go on the Groovy Loser wheel. And, and then we move right along.
The best wheel of all.
Hey, the Groovy Loser wheel's cool. That's why it never got renamed. So there you go. There's Copper Owl. And guys, head on over. And it looks like he's already off his live stream. He was on for a little bit. And he is, it says streamed 11 minutes ago. So I'm going to go ahead and thumbs up his stream.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, as I was saying, when you're talking about the firearms, you can, you just can't show them on stream, is what I read.
Well, it's one thing to have a channel called Dig Gun, but it's another thing to turn that into an actual 2A advocate channel, and I don't have necessarily the knowledge base in order to do that. I know just enough to get me into or out of trouble, and I'm good with that. But at any rate, we don't try to hide what we do. However, we also don't do much to promote that, so that YouTube decides to demonetize me or change my algorithm. Because really what we're about more than anything is the metal detecting, and anything to do with finding, collecting, hoarding coins. I'm all over that. So
I don't think that YouTube's going to demonetize you for talking about firearms. That'd be kind of a weird thing for them to do.
Well, that's true, but they've done worse.
Yeah.
But we actually I like all sorts of metal, and we collect all sorts of metal. There's a really good video that I did a couple of years ago about melting lead that features my husband Eric doing the things that he loves to do, and it definitely is worth checking out. Metal Detecting Mike put a link to Cladman. Guys, check out his video. It is actually really cool. So definitely do. And then we've got Copper Owl coins is on the list. We have 7 down. We have 3 more names to draw. And I think I put in Copper Owl's link. I did. So we're going to go ahead and draw again, guys. Good luck.
All right. Who do we get next?
And it's the Rusty Magnets. All right.
All right.
And he was on earlier, so I asked him to drop it, but we will drop it again. Let me go ahead and grab that real quick here.
He's a good guy. I like him.
Yeah, he's actually really fun to talk to. I enjoyed that. And it's neat because, whenever we have these live streams, we really are just sort of like having friends get together and talk. It's neat when different people come up and interact and stuff.
Stickman's been on my shows before.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah. He's out in California, isn't he?
He might be out there. I'm not exactly sure.
I think he's West Coast. I think he's out in California.
Yeah, he might be in California.
Okay, so I dropped a link for Rusty Magnets, and we're getting them on the list. And then we are going to go up here.
Yeah, Stickman's also a moderator for my channel.
Yeah, well, that's good. Now, how many blue wrenches do you give out? Do you give out all the blue wrenches, or only to some people? I know I've got them on.
What I'm doing now is since that I'll tell you what happened. Well, I think I told you that someone came in, was timing people out, and I had to get that problem solved, which I did. So I talked to the person. She's like, no, that was Brutal Mafia. You made a clone of me. I was like, all right, I believe you. So what I ended up doing was I hit that X button, which clears out all the moderators. So now I've got a manager mod up. I'm about to get another one up, and
Now, wait a minute. Are you telling me I've been unmodded because I
because of that issue that happened.
Oh my! Well, you're just going to have to remod me, or my feelings will be hurt forever.
I'll get you remod. I'll just have to get with management to remod you up. I know.
Teasing. Get with management. Who's management?
BA, known as Battle Angel.
All right. So she's the one that's handling everything now?
She's basically, handling mods and like approving. It's like, okay, yeah, you can mod this person. Okay.
And you can't do it yourself.
Yes, if I do, then she's gonna resign herself. She's not gonna want responsibility anymore if I do that. So
okay, sounds complicated.
Yeah, I mean, I love you, Diggin. You're awesome. I'd love to remod you back. I just don't want to go ahead and do it, and then all of a sudden, Battle Angel gets right on me like,
yeah, okay, too much drama. We don't allow drama on this channel, so we're just going to move right along there. Right. But we'll talk about it next time I pop in one of your lives.
Sure.
Hey, Matt is back from Copper Owl Coins. I shared his channel a little while ago, and he is on the race as well. We've got Rusty Magnets is also added, and I think I just put the link as well. So we have 2 more names to draw. We'll get a race going. All right. Mm-hmm. Good luck, guys. Share the love if you want to get in on this list.
Yeah. I'll talk to Battle Angel for you.
Oh, that sounds like a solid plan. I love that. Hey, Starika. Starika's awesome, guys, and practically neighbor because he's like the next state over, and we live in a very rural area. So we got Starika on the list, and I will get you a link to his channel in just a second. And Matt says he's going to hang out for a little bit, so appreciate you. And you're going to be in this race, and we are going to get that going in just a minute. And that's for a swing on the prize wheel or a spot on the Groovy Loser wheel, depending on whether you come in first or last. And for anybody who wins, if they're not here to claim, they go on the Groovy Loser wheel, and the next person down who is there gets the spin. So that's the way we're going to do that. All right, so let me do this. We have Starika. I need to get his link up real quick. And because, when I do the share the love, anybody who puts in the keywords at any point in the stream is in as far as this goes. However, if they're not here to claim at the end of the race, then they simply get on the Groovy Loser wheel and we move forward. So this is Starika. I'm not sure if he's still in the house or not, but if you are, please speak up so we know you're hanging out with us. Oh, wow. Congratulations, Copper Owl. Oh, that nice. Is awesome. He won the duck race last night. And I was going to get in on the duck race, but I was down in Pier hunting, and I did not. I got the notification, and then I was going to put my name in, but we were getting ice cream, and then next thing you know, it was too late. I forgot. So there you go. All right, we've got one last racer tonight. Let's see who we got here. Thanks, Mike. It was a pleasure having you up here today. I appreciate you. Good luck this weekend hunting, and we will catch up again soon, all right? You take care. That's Metal Detecting NC. Check out his channel if you get a chance. He does some really creative stuff, and I like his last few videos where he was doing he was doing some kind of history background, and he was overlaying old video footage over the history, and I thought that was actually really cool. So if you check out one of his videos, he did like about a battlefield, and it was maybe a month ago. That was a really good video. And Chew, congratulations. You got the last spot on the race today, and we're going to get this race going. It's got Gregory Refke, Mike Schleiss, Marty B, BC Treasure Trails, Edward, Dwayne Norvell, Copper Owl Coins, Rusty Magnets, Starika, and Chew. And I will, Chew does not actually do content, so we're not going to link his site. We're just going to put him in the race tonight. Although, Chew, if you would like me to, I will always share your channel as well. But everybody's got a blue wrench, so you can do it either way. Brad Welch is in the house, too. Good to see you, Brad.
Brad.
And it's like 2 p.m. for him or something because he's down under. Yeah. All right, we're going to get this going here. So we're going to
choose chat before. It's kind of good chat.
race timers. And Patty, we will do a race for everybody after the main race too, because we can do the one towards the end as well. But this one, the nice thing about Share the Love is there is always there you get a 1 in 10 chance of winning, so you have a higher percentage chance of winning. The history through metal detecting, that was it. The 17th Field Artillery Regiment at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And Mike put the link in. That's the one I was talking about. And let's see. Let's do. What do you guys feel like? I hate the unicorn race, even though I use the unicorn. I use the unicorn image still, but the unicorn race is silly looking. Just saying. How about
Witch race.
which one do you like?
Oh, there's the witch race. I think I've done a witch voice. Has my witch voice really like?
I think that was the Halloween race.
Oh,
the
that's
witches.
okay.
The
That's
witches fly, and the witches flying are silly looking.
oh yeah.
We have any holidays coming up? This is May. It's like Mother's Day. There's no holidays.
It was Mother Day. Yeah, Mother's. Yeah.
Past that stuff.
Well, wasn't there a bunny something there? Didn't you have a bunny?
Yeah, but it's well past Easter too.
Okay.
I think we are going to have to go with. Want to go old school horse race tonight?
Sure, why not? I'm all for
right.
it.
Let's
Kentucky
do.
The Mage won the Mage won the Kentucky Derby, so
Yep. This is I think horse racing is the right season for that. So we're
That's
going to
it.
do this. And
what is the Kentucky Derby?
shortening up a few things. See treasure trails, copper L coins. Okay, these are our racers. Got 10 up. We're gonna do a 5x5 race
What's your name?
because it is 11 o'clock here, and I have to make sure that the child finished his math homework and went to bed because otherwise he's playing on the internet right now as we speak.
What sort of math is he doing? Is he doing like algebra or?
He's doing right now. He's been doing a lot of proportional stuff and a little bit of algebra, but he's doing a math placement test on Wednesday for the school, and I want him to have practice doing an electronic math test. So I had him do 2 test math tests.
Okay.
So I wanted to check on that, make sure he's on track here.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna do this. We're gonna set 555.
If you need to check on your son, I can call the race for you. Not a problem.
Oh, you're the best. I actually like it when you call the race because, and everybody else does too. You do a really good job of that.
I'm the best.
You are. Now, we're going to go ahead and get this started. So good luck. And I'm going to leave you in Edward's capable hands. And I will be hiding right off the screen. But let's do this. Let's go super full screen here so you guys can see this. And then we'll put Edward at the bottom of the thing.
I got you guys.
And good luck.
All right. Okay. And they're off. Okay. Marty V getting the early lead here. Who's all going to take it? Let's see. You got Marty V, Rusty Magnet, Chew, Mike Slice, Copper Out. Oh, here's me. Yeah, maybe I'll pull out an early lead real quick. Hey, never know. This is an interesting race here. Marty V with the getting a slight early lead there in the top corner. He might have the advantage here. We got Gregory Rifke, BC Treasure Trail, Starika, Dwayne Norvell. Oh, here I come with a little early lead there. Boy, if I win this race, it would be a fluke. So, hey, we'll never know. Oh, Mike Slice taking a nice early lead ahead of me. Hey, it's all good, man. It's all good. Hey, I just race for fun. Here's Copper Owl Coins coming in through the middle there. Falling slight behind, but he's racing hard. Yep. Thank you, Dwayne Norvell. I'm the best of the race. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you got Starika coming on through. Here comes up Marty V falling back. Now maybe he can come back and win from behind. Got 4 minutes and 48 seconds left. Anything can happen here. And BC Treasure Trails pulling up through the slightly. Oh, he could be catching up to Sterica. Could he pass Sterica? That would be an interesting move here. Here comes Chew. We got Rusty Magnets coming off there. Oh, here's Gregory Refke through the bottom corner there. Boom, hitting that open hole. Who is going to win the race? 4 minutes and 20 seconds left. Who's going to win this? We all know if I win it, already know it's going to be a fluke if I win it. So here we go. Here's Copper Owl Coins trying to come through. Marty V falling way behind. There's plenty of time to catch up. We got almost 4 minutes left, so anything can happen here in the race here. We already know. Well, I'm falling back through the congested area, so, well, we know me. Hey, if I win, it's a fluke, so... Okay, so let's see. Sterica coming through. We got Rusty Magnets, Chew, and Mike Schleiss. Throw all three of those guys neck and neck here. Here comes Gregory Ref. Is it Gregory Ref? I think it looks like Gregory Refke. Gregory Refke coming through the bottom corner there. He looks like he's getting through. Oh, here I'm coming a little bit. Next to Copper Hour Coins, I'm neck and neck with him. Could be between both of us to win. Hey, who knows? Who knows? Anything can happen with 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Who's going to make the early lead here? Oh, there's still got Gregory Refke and Sterica both neck and neck. Me and Copper Owl Coins neck and neck. Chew, Rusty Magnets, Marty V neck and neck. Got Dwayne Norvell and Treasure Trails. They're both neck and neck here. 3 minutes. Oh, whoa, Rusty Magnets with an interesting move there. Wow, he just hit that open hole out of nowhere. Could he win this race? That's going to be interesting to see. Who's going to win it? Could it be Rusty Magnets? That would be interesting to see. Okay, who's going to place first? Who's going to make the groovy loser wheel? That's the question. Oh, here's Marty V in the top corner coming through. Copper Owl Coins not too far behind. So who's going to win this race? 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. So anything. That's Copper Owl Coins much. Yeah, this is a horse race, not a sled race. But hey, it's all good, though. Here's Gregory Refke in the bottom corner there, pulling through. Well, he's got some speed here. Everyone's got speed here. I got speed, but my speed's just not working out here. Okay, so look, we got Mike Schleiss here. Oh, man, he got him pushing back. Dwayne Norvell still moving. Gregory Refke with the strong stride in the bottom corner. This is interesting. Could Gregory Refke win this race? Now, that's going to be interesting. Okay, here's BC Treasure Trails pulling forward. Sterica not too far behind. Also got me, Dwayne Norvell, Copper. Whoa, here's Chew with a big move straight through that middle there. Could he win this? Oh, it's only 1 minute and 34 seconds left. Wow, Chew with the big time breakthrough in the middle. I think he's got some good strides there. Oh, here I'm coming up now. Woo! Boy, I'm coming up. Maybe I win this. Hey, if I win this, it's going to be a fluke. So, okay, here we go. I'm like almost next. Chew falling back. I've got a good early stride there. Loving my stride, and it's great. So here's Dwayne Norvell catching up to me. Hey, I'm loving it. Hey, if you pass me, you pass me. That's how it goes. Gregory Refke, wow, he's up. He's in the bottom. I think he could have the advantage here. I think maybe the bottom tops maybe do it. 54 seconds left. Who's going to win it? Sterica coming up through there. Looking really good. I was looking good for a little while. Okay, let's see. Will Marty V, Rusty Magnets, and Chew try anything here? 40 seconds left. Anything can happen in this race. This looks like the Kentucky Derby from last Sunday or Saturday or something. No, Saturday. That's right. Kentucky Derby was Saturday. That's right. That's right. Oh, here comes Chew. Could Chew win this version of the Kentucky Derby? Now, that'll be something. 20 seconds, about to have 20 seconds. Yep, we got 20 seconds left on this one. Here's Sterica. Oh, falling back. Oh, there, Chew got a good stride going. Hey, he could win it. 10 seconds left. Who's going to make the big move? Will I make the big move? That doesn't look like I'm doing. Well, no, maybe I could do it. 4, 3. Who's going to win it? It is the winner. Is BC Treasure Trails. Congratulations, sir.
All right. Congratulations, Jason from BC Treasure Trails. Are you in the house? Turn this down. So this is the fun part where we get to see who all is still hanging out with us and who has already left for the night. So Jason, we'll give you a minute to pop on in. If you've won, please say here, and we will let you spin the prize wheel. If you are not here, then we will pass it down to the next person on the clock. And we're going to go ahead and let's see here.
Trails, you're on the clock now.
Yep. Here, let's just do this with my phone. Set timer for 1 minute.
1 minute. Counting down.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, I'm just doing it on my iPhone because I'm being too lazy to pull up a second window here. Well, we'll see if he's in here.
Very possible.
I'm not sure if he's taggable. That's the other way we check. And
yeah. Yes, I don't see him here. So I'm checking my comments. I don't see him.
I am not seeing him on the thing either. He's got 25 seconds left on our timer.
20 seconds left, sir.
See, and this is where it gets interesting because then we will look and see who is next up. It looks like it maybe Chew was next in on here, so we will check Chew next, I believe.
Yeah, I see Chew in there.
Is Chew in here? Okay, so Chew is next up on deck. We got 1 second left, and there's my timer clock went off. Right. Well, so here's the deal. Jason from BC Treasure Trails goes on to the Groovy Loser Wheel because he was not here to claim his prize. And we will, let me see here. I need to open Windows and stuff and get a hold of my mouse. Where is the mouse? Okay, it's over there. I have to drag it over 2 screens over so we can take a look at this.
I like how I have BC Treasure Trails like this. That's great.
Hot Mess Fishing's in the house. Good to see you, darling. How are you?
What's up, Hot Mess? How's it going, Hot Mess?
My mouse to cooperate. I might have to turn it off and back on.
Wow.
There we go. I saw it go by.
What's up?
Now it's way over here. Now get it back here. And Chew, are you in the house? And Chew is in the house because he said hi to Hot Mess Fishing. There we go. So Chew is my winner tonight. And last place was Mike Schleiss. So we've got 2 people will go on to the Groovy Loser Wheel. Mike Schleiss and BC Treasure Trails. And Chew gets a wheel spin tonight. Let's get this all sorted out here.
First place, who was won, didn't make it. Well, you're on the loser wheel, sir.
Groovy Loser Wheel.
Groovy Loser Wheel.
Which is okay because Groovy Loser Wheel will have 3 winners when we run it next. They will get 2 for spinning and the last man standing. So we will have fun stuff on the Groovy Loser Wheel at any rate. Now let's do this. I need to make this be not full screen. There we go. And then we're going to do 2 things. We are going to...
Oh. Whoops. Y'all thought I wasn't here. Now he pops in.
Oh, look at this. And Jason, you missed the timer. So that means that Chew gets the spin tonight, but you do get to go on the Groovy Loser Wheel, and I'll show you what that looks like real quick.
Hey, it's the best wheel of all. Hop in on it.
Gives you an option to win other prizes and stuff. And so let's go.
There you go.
Hold this up.
You didn't see it. I was looking for you, BC, and didn't see you.
And I tried to tag you. You weren't here, and we gave you the timer, and you didn't come out, but. You came in, you kind of popped in right after everything was already awarded. BC Treasure Trails and Mike Schleiss are both going on here.
Don't feel bad, BC Treasure Trails. I'm on there too, so it's all good.
He likes the loser wheel. All right, well, you are now on here. And we'll hit save on that so that it is spring loser wheel. There we go. So that's going there. We're also going to get a second race going for everybody in chat. So make sure you comment if you would. And we're going to go over here and get Chew wheel spin real quick.
I better go comment then.
Yes, make sure you make a comment so you get onto this next race. I will leave everybody that we had previously pulled on there and pull everybody else on top of that for the last race. So let's go super full screen on this. And hopefully that's big enough you guys can kind of see it. This is for Chew and for his win tonight. Good luck. Yeah, and you get 5 collectible postage stamps. Congratulations. And we will get those out to you with the next batch. I just mailed you stuff, so I'll probably amass it a little while before I mail it again, if that's okay with you. Let's see if we can get you another win here soon, and that way we could group that together. So congrats on that. Now we're going to go ahead and switch back over to the races. We're going to go to settings, edit list, and I'm going to add everybody else who just came in and anybody who's commenting. And thank you, Cartoons and Collecting, and hope you have a good evening. You will be on this race, but if you're not here to claim, that means if you came in first, you'll get on the Groovy Loser wheel, which nothing wrong with that. It's a fun wheel to be on too. So let's go ahead and we'll look at participants real quick. I got Danbo the Pyro is here. And let's see who else. I'm just going to do view source here and get participants. Grab these names. We'll add them to the bottom. And by doing that, that means everybody who was previously drawn on Share the Love actually could have up to 2 chances to win. Oops, let's go ahead and hit edit list. We're going to shorten up some things because we always have to. And Edward, I do want to thank you for hanging out and calling for us, because it makes for an interesting show, and I do appreciate you.
No problem.
So. All right,
no problem. I love to do it.
So this was the first 10, and then we've got everybody here below. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit edit, and I'm going to read names off. If you don't hear your name, please say something. We'll skip the first set because that was people that we had previously started with. We're going to start with Cartoons and Collecting. Cartoons and Collecting, Chew, Connie Barnes, Copper Owl, Danbo the Pyro, Dwayne Norvell, Gregory Refkin, Hot Mess Fishing, Gene, Marty Verstal, MLM Warrior, Patty DeShroon, and BC Treasure Trails. Am I missing anybody that should be in the race tonight? Edward the Trash Talker needs to be on here again because...
Yep.
And Gene is on here. Let's see. Connie Barnes is on here. And let's see. I'm just looking to see if there's anybody who commented that did not get onto this. So, because again, we're letting everybody rep on this thing, and then we will simply. Oh, you know who's just here was Brad Welch. Did not show up on here. Give it Brad Welch up here. And the other people that came in earlier and deserve a spot on the last wheel would be Great Finds, Mike NC.
How are you? Yeah, I just commented.
And Scars Prospecting should be on here.
Ah.
And I got Copper. Oh, Coins came up. Let's see here. Just doing a quick scroll up, see if I'm missing anybody who was in hanging out with us tonight. Because I do want to make sure Guillaume Barnaby should be up here too. Want to make sure that people have a chance to win when they come on the channel. We do stuff. And again, if you're not here at the very end for the end race, if you win, we give you a minute to claim. If you're not here, then you go on the Groovy Loser wheel. Next person down claims. So it kind of incentivizes people to pay attention a little bit. Or not. Either way. All right. Is there anybody in chat who did not hear their name or did not see their name on the list? Stickman was here earlier too. He actually does deserve a spot as well.
Yeah. That's my bro.
Yeah. And Rusty Magnets was here and he left. So we need to put him on here too. All right, so I think that's everybody that was hanging out with us tonight. I haven't seen in a while. It's Carla Ainsworth. I don't think I saw her tonight. There's a few people that, I just haven't caught up with that I'd love to. Yes, good luck, everybody. Appreciate you guys. All right, so we've got the race in place. And for this last one, since it's 11:30, we're going to do a happy little 52 race. How's that
2-2.
sound?
That works. Works for me.
All right. And it's okay, Matt. You didn't win anything in the meantime, but you could at this point. I want to make sure MLM is on here. Yes, he is.
He's there.
MLM's actually in the running for that silver treasure hunter round as soon as I get my 2K subscriber thing set up, which hopefully will get done here when I stop some of this crazy traveling. We'll get that set up sometime this early this summer. So I have the next month is going to be crazy, but after that, I think we'll be settling back into a groove. So that's what we're hoping for anyway. All right, so let's just see if I have anybody else I need to get onto the list. And if not, we'll get this rolling. And by the way, huge shout out to, Incognito was here earlier too. Huge shout out to Incognito's daughter. She drew me that image that is at the top of the page. And I just made new stickers from that too. So I thought she does some really amazing work. And you guys should check her out. She's Cartoon Alley is who she is. So check her out sometime. And I'm going to send her some of my stickers. And I told her if she ever wants a website, I would build it for her and host it because that's one of the things I do. All right, we're going to go ahead and set a 2-2 race. And Edward, you are going to do the calling, right?
Yep. I got you guys.
You're the best.
Thank you.
We're going to go ahead and put on some little bit of background music. Not a huge amount, though. We'll make it a little quiet. We'll do a little Whit Hill in the background because we love her music. You guys can always check her out at whithill.com. We'll get this going. And good luck,
never
everybody.
lost a belt
Right.
buckle in my life. I have never lost a
Can you guys hear that?
I have never left
Good
a
luck.
mason jar in the yard.
All right, and they're off. Okay, we got Stars Prospecting making a big early lead up the top corner there. We got Chew with the big lead in the middle there. Gene up the middle. MLM Warrior all neck and neck here. We got 2 minutes and 3 seconds left. Anything can happen in this race here. Gregory Repke, Marty V, both neck and neck. Chew and MLM Warrior with big strides taking the lead early. This is interesting. Oh, great finds with a big move up the middle there. He's got a little lead going. Marty, here comes Dwayne Norvell all up the middle here. That's right, there it is, Copper Alcones. You got it. Here comes Sprika through the outside, I don't know, we'll call it fifth down throw or something there. Wow, he's got a big stride going. Here's Rusty Magnus, Incognito flying through. Here's Stars Prospecting at the top corner there. Hitting some good strides here. Who's going to win this one? This is, here I come. Almost near the bottom, but it's all good. Hey, if you don't know what's going to happen, I win this race. It's a fluke. So there you go. All right, so now we have, here's Connie Barnes coming through. Who's coming up now? Oh, is that Treasure Trail? BC Treasure? Yep, that is BC Treasure Trail's coming through. Wow, passing me that quick. Looking like I don't even exist in this race. Hey, it's all good, man. No harm, foul, or foul. No harm, or foul. Hey, it's all good. MLM Warrior making a stride. There's Gregory Repke. Big stride at the bottom there. Could he win this race? That's going to be interesting. All right, here's Danbo the Pyro catching up with great finds, both neck and neck right here. Patty Disharoo, and who's this at the top? That's Rusty Magnets. There we go. Trying to figure who that was there. All right, and we got Brad Welsh kind of catch up here. 17 seconds left. Who's going to win the race? This is interesting. 10 seconds left. Oh, got Janine coming through. Here's Dwayne Norvell making it through that middle there. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Who's winning it? Big strides. Oh, Dwayne Norvell makes it. Wow, good job.
It's a photo finish. That is amazing. And it's Dwayne Norvell is our winner tonight. And I just got Dwayne in chat a minute ago. We let's see here if he is still in chat. Yes, I saw he just said good luck everyone. So he is in. And that's amazing. So let's see here. Cameron Barnaby wants to know why did he have 2 horses? And that's because everybody on Share the Love, their horses stayed in the race, and then we added in everybody in chat. So anybody who was drawn for Share the Love actually had 2 choices tonight, and congratulations to Dwayne Narvell. You get a spin on the prize wheel tonight, and we're going to check the Groovy Loser wheel too and see who ends up on for coming in last place. Wouldn't it be funny if it was Dwayne came in first and last?
Yeah, that would be funny.
That would be funny.
It's the first time seeing someone come in first place and end up on the Groovy Loser wheel. That is.
Let's see here if I can get a hold of my mouse again, because for some reason my system does not. I probably need a battery on this stupid mouse.
Yeah, I've had that issue too. Like you try to move it, freezes up. Yeah, I've had that issue.
Okay, so let's make that smaller. Now I got my mouse. I just didn't like being big. All right, there we go. Let's take a look and see who comes in last.
I love it. Don't worry, Gabby, it's rigged. Dwayne came in first.
All right, so let's check here, and we're going to see who came in last and who gets on the Groovy Loser wheel.
Let's see, last place.
Look at this. So Copper Owl says it's rigged, but he came in second. Just say. And Sturika came in third. Copper Owl came in second and fourth, but yes, it is rigged. And then Projecting NC came in fifth. We're going to be doing a trivia thing later this month, and then we always let first, second, and third. First gets a prize, second and third and last all get to be on the Groovy Loser wheel. Edward, you came in 13th. Hot Mess Fishing came in 14th.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Welsh came in 16th. And BC Treasure Trails, Stickman, BC Treasure Trails.
I got 29.
Patty Disharoon. Patty Disharoon ends up on the Groovy Loser wheel. Congratulations, Patty, because that's always a good place to be. Because that's an event in and of itself.
I'm on there too, so don't worry.
So, you know what? It's actually fun, I think. The Groovy Loser wheel, because we pull the race. We get the first person comes off gets a prize right up front. Last man standing gets a prize. And there's going to be 3 on this. I did say that there'll be 3 on this. And it'll be the first 2 people that are drawn plus the last man standing. That's how we're going to do it. And right now we're talking about doing that on the last live stream of the month is currently slated for Friday, June 30th. And depending on what scheduling looks like, well, we will definitely have a special Groovy Loser night for this thing and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and hit save on that. So that is saved with 3 winners on that. Whoever comes in last man standing gets a copper round. The first 2 will get spins on the prize wheel.
Told you my horse.
Thanks, Gregory. I appreciate your coming. It was nice hanging out. Dwayne Norvell was here a second ago. Dwayne, are you still here? Because we're going to spin the prize wheel for you.
He's still
here. He said good luck, everyone. And I think he is taggable. Let's see.
Yeah, here I see him. 12:29.
Yeah, he's in here. I was pretty sure he was here.
Yeah, he's here.
All right. So, Dwayne, we're going to go ahead and spin for you, and good luck.
I told you my horse went backwards from first to last.
Oh, there you go. From first to last. Hey, last is a good spot to be. If you can't be first, be last. That's good too. Yep. Right? All right. So this one, we're going to go full screen on that.
Oh, you just.
And we will spin. I'm just waiting for Dwayne to tell me to go ahead and spin.
Oh. So you just hit the spin, the little spin thing in the middle, and it spins it, or?
Yep. I hit this.
Oh, okay.
But I'm waiting for him to pop back up and chat because Gene did put up a good comment. He did say he was here. He said good luck, but he didn't say here afterwards.
Oh.
So I want to at least have him tell me to spin. Yeah, you're right, Gene. Where is he?
He should be here.
All right. Maybe, if he doesn't. So let's see. If he did not speak up since good luck, we're going to have to give him a minute timer.
All right, you're on the clock, sir. For 1 minute.
Set a timer for 1 minute.
1 minute. Counting down.
All right, Dwayne Norvell, please come up and claim your prize. You got a minute, counting down. Good point, Gene. I just assumed because he said good luck, I thought he was still with us. But you are right. I did not see his claim. But he does have 44 seconds left to say hello. I know.
Yeah.
Now, he may have had a temporary internet thing, but then if he is not here to claim, we would go to the second place winner, and he would go on to the Groovy Loser Wheel.
Yep.
Yeah, second and fourth owl is still in the game. That's right, Matt. You got about 30 seconds left. Good night, Marty. It was good hanging out with you
Good night,
tonight.
Marty.
Can't wait to go hunting with you. I got 12 seconds left on the timer. And Dwayne Norvell, if you're in the house, please do comment that you are here, and you will get to spin your
You're here,
prize.
sir.
And that's it. That is the timer.
Yeah. All right.
All right. I don't know what that was about, but good call, Gene. And
Yes, very good call.
we
Smart
are
call.
going to
Whee!
spin for Matt. And you had a souvenir smashed penny. So congratulations. And I will put that over here. Can't spell. I spelled Cowper Owl with an E in it. I don't know what that was. Well, go ahead. We'll get you smashed penny plus my new sticker if I get it in time. Or you get my old sticker. Either way, you're getting a sticker. You're getting a souvenir smashed penny and bragging rights that you can forever hold it over Dwayne Norvell's head that he was not here to claim. So you got that. Copper's like, yay, copper for me. Copper for copper. You know what I really wanted to do one of these days is send you a copper owl token, because they have them. They make copper owl coins and they have like owls on them. It's a great horned owl. It's very cool. And yeah, one of these days I'm going to get my hands on one and send you one just because. By the way, I hope you enjoyed your owl barbecue
Good night, Patty.
picture, because that was awesome. So good night, Patty. Thanks for
Good night,
coming.
Patty.
I appreciate you. We're going to go back to the Groovy Loser Wheel, and we're going to add on Dwayne Norvell.
All right, Dwayne.
Dwayne rocks. I don't know where he went, but
Yeah.
at any rate,
Don't
there
feel
we go.
bad, Dwayne. I'm on there too. So
He's out on there as well. And we'll put him on spring wheel. Here we go. Yes, I definitely think that the great horned owl ones, I got to show you guys this real quick because I was looking at them. I just think they're really cool. And the picture that we sent out to Copper Owl with him barbecuing, I thought was really cool. But yeah, I think they're in my cart still because I've been eyeballing them for a while. Oh, come on. I do have items in my cart. It just did. It signed me out. How dare it?
eBay, how dare you say dig it out?
I know, seriously. I don't know what that was about. I want to show them the coins, though. That is awesome. I actually got a picture of the drawing, and if they ever make it into a T-shirt, I'm totally going to sport one. It's the Great Horned Owl Copper Round. And check that out, guys. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, that is neat.
That is, and I was thinking about ordering a few so I could put them on the prize wheel. So just because.
That's an excellent thing to put on there.
Yeah, and I like copper. I really like copper rounds. They don't have a huge monetary value. You know, they run about $3, something like that. But
Yeah.
the collectability of them and just the artwork, I think, is just amazing. So that's what that's about. All right. So anyway, enough show and tell. We'll get rid of that. So what do you have planned coming up this week? Anything?
Well, I'm gonna hopefully try and do a live stream this Saturday night at 8.
Okay.
Yeah, because right now, like I said, I'm taking a little time off because of, I think I just mentioned the someone's using my name. The ordering the food. I'm like, my mom calls me. It's like, did you order pizza? I'm like, no.
That sounds like somebody's being an enormous child by you.
Either that or they're doxing me by using my name, and what do they call it? Swatting, basically. Unless they're doing that, and
Well, no, because they didn't send the SWAT team to your house, but
Right.
that whole pizza thing, that is just juvenile. Now,
Yeah.
that said, if somebody wants to send me a pizza, feel free, because
Yeah.
I don't know anywhere that delivers pizza around here. So,
Mm.
pizza sounds pretty good. We've been,
Thought, but
Matt, it would be a great idea if you sent it to me, because I don't know for sure that I have it. Hold on. I know you've sent me stuff before, so you'd think I would have it. I'm looking. It's not under Copper Owl. And yeah, that would be helpful. Thank you. Let me get my address up here real quick. Let me put it up here. Let's see. Banners. Show. If you could shoot an email to iamdetecting@gmail.com with your address, that would be perfect. And thank you. So, and put in that plus put that plus Smashed Penny, so we know. And Chew, I have your address. You don't have to worry about that. And if Dwayne Norvell pops in towards the end of this, he will get my sincere apologies, and I'll probably send him a sticker just because. Anyway, he does get on the Three Blues Are Real either way. Okay, so this thing you're going to be live streaming this weekend, you said? On
Saturday.
All right. And when you live stream, do you have a topic, or what is your overall goal?
I just basically I come up with my own type topics. Anything coming to mind that pops in here, I just throw it down. I mean, hey, who knows? This Saturday I could end up clowning the Dallas Cowboys, or I could clown Miami's spring practice. I mean, who knows?
Okay. Saturday we got to go to Watertown because it's my stepson's girlfriend's graduation we're going to.
Okay.
And then Sunday's Mother's Day, which is interesting because I signed up to do video on Mother's Day.
Yeah, I probably won't stream on Mother's Day because I think what I'll do for Mother's Day is probably get my mom maybe Chinese food, treat her to that.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Now, do you also give her a beautiful handwritten note saying how precious she is to you, and maybe some flowers to go with it?
I haven't done flowers, but I did get her a card.
Or do you just say, "Hey, Mom, the doorbell rang, and look, some pizza showed up. Happy Mother's Day."
There you go. That would be something to do. That would be something. Doesn't that be interesting? Hey, we got pizza on Mother's Day, Ma. Yeah. So I'm hoping that this whole.
Wait a minute. So Dwayne just came back now.
Hey, oh, you're back, Dwayne.
Oh, sweetie. And you missed claiming your prize, but I will send a sticker out to you. I got my new sticker.
Because we love you.
I will send that out just because I would like to make sure that, we make right at any rate. So I will get that out to you with maybe a little something in the mail too, because I know you've been a member of my channel for a while, and I wanted to thank you for that as well. So,
yeah, I've actually been with my job for 20 years.
That's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
You must love your job.
I love it. Yeah. I actually had a nice dinner at the Marriott Marquis. That's where I got to stay. Spent the night there. And I invited my dad. So my dad and I stayed there and got our picture taken with the regional director. I've got the picture of that. I can show you that if you like. There's other stuff I can show you, like the 20-year certificate that I got. I can show all that to you if you want.
I think that's amazing that you have been at the same job for 20 years. I mean, that's some longevity. My husband, when he left Logan Electric, he was there for like 30 years or something ridiculous.
Wow.
But now he went on to be to work at an ethanol plant. He's been there now for I think 5 years, something like that. And he's funny because when he's hiring, he always is like, "Oh yeah, this person only had this job for 2 years. That means he's only going to stay here for 1 or 2." And he thinks he makes that like a huge thing. And I'm like, if I keep a job for 10 minutes, they're lucky to have me that 10 minutes. Hope they enjoyed it, Right. But that's, I tend to move around a little more because I get bored really easily. And
Yeah.
because it's just, the nature of the beast. A lot of times companies are not that loyal to their employees anymore either. So
Yeah.
you have to work that into the overall paradigm. And yeah, I mean, like the job I have now, I've had since July of last year. So it hasn't even been a year. And just the other day, somebody else that I started in my same training class left. And I'm like, there's few people that stick it out and really thrive in the position that I'm in. I think people tend to come and go. But the fact that you're in one company for that long, that is amazing.
Yeah.
And so tell me a little bit more. Are you going to take your mom out for Chinese food, or are you going to cater it in?
I think what I'm gonna hopefully do is maybe have it like we might go we may either go to the restaurant and like order pick it up. She might call and then or might go pick it up. It's however my mom wants to do it. Might go pick it up or you know.
So do you have a Red Lobster in your area?
If we do, it's on Savoy Drive. If we still have it.
I had a friend of mine used to love Red Lobster. I remember one year I got them to give me 2 lobsters to go takeout, and I brought it over to his house for dinner on his birthday. And here we got Red Lobster reheated in a toaster oven, but it was delicious.
Nice.
Yeah, it was well done. MLM Warrior says he's been with the same employer for 32 years. So there you go.
Nice.
That is long-term stability there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think, if you can find the right fit where you're doing what you love and you have an employer that treats you right, by all means, that's, the perfect thing.
Yeah. But 20 years, in Publix, you get to stay the night at the hotel. So I stayed at the Marriott Marquis. Downtown.
So do they have with your company? Do they have like their own personal retirement plan that you're there and they have like if you retire after 30 years, do they pay you a pension?
You get a good pension. So I believe you get a pension if you retire. I have to look into that, but I believe you do get a pension. I've got a lot of stock in the company, so so when you're an employee, I think we're associate there. Only associates can buy, and management can buy stock.
Okay,
because that's a privately owned.
So it's not publicly held; it's a privately owned company.
No, it's private. Yeah.
Okay, so if they ever go public, you'll become a bazillionaire.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dwayne says he loves Red Lobster's snow crab. You know what I love are Red Lobster's Cheddar Bay biscuits. Those are so good. The little cheesy biscuits. It doesn't matter what they're serving with them. That's some butter and any kind of fish. We're good to go. So, yeah, I don't know. Which reminds me, I still have to put away dinner. I think we had turkey for dinner tonight. I think it's still sitting on the table. But well, it was cooling after supper. We ate right before we went live, and
okay, that's good.
Yeah, it's all fine. It'll go in the fridge tonight before I go to bed. But those Cheddar Bay biscuits are amazing. Red Lobster, those are like my favorite. And I've actually made them. You can make them here if you make a biscuit mix and you put in grated cheddar cheese and just stir that into a wonderful buttery ball of butter and flour and a little bit of water and this and that. A little bit of this and a little bit of that and cheese and heat that up in the oven. It's delicious. Just saying. Yeah. I just haven't made that in a while because it's so very healthy for you.
Yeah.
At any rate, hey, it was nice hanging out with you tonight, Edward.
Absolutely.
Guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night because it is almost midnight my time and I do have to get up at 6 a.m. and get to work at 7.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out.
Yeah.
If you guys get a chance, go check out In the Front Row. Needs 14 more subscribers, and MLM Warrior just put a link to that. Dwayne Norvell, thanks for coming. Later, Chew, thanks for coming. And I will put the stamps on your tab, and when we amass a few things I owe you, I'll send them out again. I did just send you a package, I think it was last week or right before I traveled. So we're caught up, and we're moving forward from there. Yes, Dwayne, a buttery ball of goodness. I mean, how can you not love things that are full of cheese and butter? Just saying. Yeah. It's, it's a win-win. And And yes, I will definitely get together a list of people who are eligible for the Silver Treasure Hunter round for doing a shout out for the Diggin' channel. And we will post that on my channel soon when we get the details together for our 2K giveaway, which is the next one we have coming up. We hit 2K right before my trip, and I just haven't started planning that party yet, but we're going to get there. At any rate, appreciate you guys for being here. Edward, I will catch you soon. Thanks for being my caller and just being a stand-up guy altogether. Guys, check out his channel if you haven't done so already. It's Edward the Trash Talker. He will drop a link into the chat along with a link to his next. Do you have your video, your live posted already or not yet?
Yeah, it should be posted. Should be on there.
Do you use Are you using StreamYard for your video?
Yeah.
So you set it up in advance. You should be able to put a link to that. People. Can
what I usually do is when I usually what do you call it? Like I'll usually go hit like I go to a destination, go to my channel. I have it just go straight there, and I just like I said, I throw my topic down and then.
But you book them in advance. You like line them up so people know what your next live stream and when it's going to be. Right?
I usually will. I just create the broadcast. So
okay. See, and I try to do that this year. This month, I've got one on Monday. We're going to do trivia night, so we'll have a little fun. And
because I think
Gene is just saying, you do know they carry Red Lobster biscuits in a dry mix in the baking aisle. Yes, they do. That's and that's a really easy way to make it happen. But I also found that I can just make it with regular Bisquick butter, Bisquick with butter and milk, and I think that's all you have to put in there. Stir that in, and then put in like a quarter cup of cheese, ground cheese, and it does its thing. So that's kind of the way we do it. The little instant biscuit things, though, they're a really good option. And they have the little tiny packets of blueberry muffin mix is also awesome. Just saying. So, all right, we're going into a direction that's just making me hungry, and I'm not going to eat at midnight right before bed. And it's getting late over where you're at, isn't it? It's like getting on 1 o'clock.
Almost 1. Yep.
What time do you work tomorrow?
I don't go until 3 p.m.
Oh, isn't that nice? All right.
Usually I'm off Tuesdays, but it was either work a Saturday or work Tuesday. So I was like, no, I'm not working Saturday. Forget that. I'll just do Tuesday. Yeah, because I'm trying to also spread out my streaming time too. So
yep, and I've
been going.
Yeah, I've been insisting on streaming Monday nights, even though my husband is kind of like tonight we had a big family dinner before dinner, and I was like, "Yep, I'm streaming tonight." He gave me the look because I think he wanted to just hang out. Gene says one whole cup of cheese, you could never have enough, and you are right. You definitely, the more the merrier as far as the cheese goes. We buy that grated cheese by the big bag and use it and everything. It's just easy, and. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it. Appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to definitely be streaming next week on Monday night again at 9, and we're going to play some trivia on Monday. And then that will be right before my trip because we'll be heading out to Illinois after that. So next time we'll be live after that. We'll be end of the month. Sorry, end of the year. No, it'll be at the end of Memorial Day weekend. I think we should be back from camping that Monday, or we'll do something Friday. Either way. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys being here. MLM, good night. Thanks for coming. Gene, thank you for coming. Appreciate you. Good night to Chew, Dwayne Norvell, Copper Owl Coins. I think Patty Dishroon already said good night. Edward, it was great to see you, and thanks for coming. We'll catch you soon.
Absolutely.
All right, take care. And just going to call it a night from here. Appreciate you guys. We're going to go ahead and set this up so you can enjoy a little Whit Hill on the way out. And other than that, we'll switch it out and take it out.
I have never lost a belt buckle in my life. I have never lost a harmonica. I have never left a mason jar in the yard. I'm perplexed at these phenomena, and so I cry. How'd this get here? How'd this get here? Tell me how'd this get here? On a lovely bluff high above the Cumberland, digging normal stuff one might expect.